And welcome in, everybody, as we are on Final Yard Football on YouTube. We're also on Sportscaster over here in the Sports Dish on Sportscaster. Welcome in, everybody, as we have a stream tonight. Big game as the stakes are up in the AFC West here, as we have these two teams battling it out on the turf tonight, or on the field tonight. We have the LA Chargers with a 4-5 record taking on the Oakland Raiders. Should be a fantastic matchup with both of these teams going up tonight. If you guys enjoy what I do here on YouTube, hit those thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. Hey, welcome in once again, my man Zachariah. Thanks so much for joining me. Avery on YouTube joined in earlier. Is on Sportscaster right now. Hey, welcome in Midwest Sports over here on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me as well tonight. Should be a great game between these two teams. Thursday Night Football, my man Ryan coming in. Welcome back in, Ryan, my man. Thanks so much, guys, for all joining me for another edition tonight of Final Yard Football here on YouTube, on Sportscaster, calling play-by-play tonight as well. We have Chargers versus Raiders. Should be a fantastic game with both of these two teams. Got a good battle here. Looking at the line for this one, Chargers are 2-point favorites heading into this one on the line. 48.5 set as the over-under for this game. Josh Jacobs leading the leading rusher on this team with like 740 rushing yards. Should be a fantastic game between all these, or both of these teams. Let's see here. Yeah, 740 on the ground for Josh Jacobs. 6 rushing touchdowns as a rookie. He's been spectacular. And the Raiders here with a record of 4-4. Who could have ever imagined that? The Oakland Raiders with a 4-4 record. Yes, Celtics with Kemba time with his debut once again back at his former playing site with the Charlotte Hornets tonight. So, Celtics versus Hornets tonight. That should be fantastic. I'll update you guys on that as well. The scores throughout the NBA, we have a bunch of games going down, but Celtics favorites by 7 tonight going up against Charlotte as Kemba goes back to his old roots to take on the Hornets. That should be a great time. How about Gordon Hayward in the last game? That was insane, dropping 39 the other night. Yes, indeed. What is good, Avery? Thanks so much, man, for joining right back on Sportscaster, guys, as we're going to be getting ready to kick off here in a couple of minutes. Welcome you guys over. It's been a crazy week. Crazy week on the basketball channel. Not sure if you guys know, but Tuesday night was insane. Just absolutely insanity over there on the basketball channel. How many people we got in. So I kind of figured out that the reason why those people came in is because they were dumped over from another stream that was having the actual game shown, and then it got taken down, and then that stream automatically dumped them into my stream, and that's how they picked up my game. So that's how the numbers like went bonkers. It went from like having like 5 people in the chat to like 40 in a matter of 5 seconds. That was a crazy night doing Michigan State against Kentucky. I've never seen anything like that before. That was just such a weird night. Like when I saw the number 40 of people entering the chat, I was like, whoa. Like, where are these people from? It was insane. Avery asking me here in Sportscaster, how many views did I get Tuesday? Which game was it? It was on YouTube, and it was Michigan State versus Kentucky. So go to my YouTube channel, Behind the Arc Basketball, Avery, and see the second to last video that I did, Michigan State versus Kentucky. It was absolutely insanity. It was insane. Like, I could not believe it, because all the other people on YouTube, they got shut down because they were showing the actual screen. They were showing the game on it. So we were getting, like, all these types of people there, and I kept on banning and banning, like, tons and tons of people I kept on banning from the chat. It was ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. We got up to 142 people, I believe, on the channel, which is a new world record. Yeah, 2.8K for a YouTube video there, which is insane. Hey, welcome in, Baseball Nut B32. Thanks so much for joining me right now on Sportscaster tonight. We got a game coming up here. Raiders taking on the Chargers. This one will be taking place at the Coliseum in Oakland, California, here in the Bay Area tonight. Why did I block them? Because they were just posting inappropriate stuff in the chat. It was pretty bad what some of the people posted in the chat. Like, they weren't the type of people that come for, like, the live reaction play-by-play videos. They're the people who want to see, like, the actual game. And how I have on my YouTube channel, it says right up there, no game will be shown due to copyright, play-by-play only. People didn't care. People didn't care, but I was surprised I only had 2 dislikes on the video and, like, 70 likes. It was insane. I thought when I finished the video that I was going to have like a ratio of like 70 likes and probably like 45 dislikes, but wow. It was it was it was such like a weird crowd of people I had. But here we are. We're going to get ready to go to this game here. Probably like 5 minutes or so we'll have the kickoff. Chargers, by the way, pulled up the upset on Sunday against the Packers. That was insane too. Crazy there, as Aaron Rodgers only had 49 passing yards at the end of the first half. 45 rushing yards as a team by the Packers on Sunday against the Chargers. 26-11. What a random score there. 11 points on the scoreboard, and that was it. Melvin Gordon's finally getting going here. He could make the case to torch the Raiders defense tonight, because Melvin Gordon has been getting better and better. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, 20 carries on 80 yards, so he is improving big time from what he had been doing throughout his first 4 games after the lockout, where he had like 40 rushing yards total. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people there, like some of the people that they had on YouTube for that channel, they just weren't appreciative at all. Like, they were like the wrong crowd of people. Like, people who want you to show the game that don't get it. They don't get the copyright violation, stuff like that. Like, they're those types of people. Yep. Yeah, there were a lot of mean people there. The chat was going so fast that, like, I think it was a late game too, because most of my mods were in bed, so I wasn't even planning to do like the entire game. Like, if I only had like 3 or 4 people in it, I was only gonna do like the first half. But then I saw the number go from like 5 to 40. I was like, oh crap, I have to finish this game for everybody. And I'm from Massachusetts, by the way, so these people are out on the other side of the country, like 2 hours behind me, and it's like midnight. That game went so late too. I thought it was gonna end around like 11:30. It went to like 12:10 in the morning, and I had to get up to work the next morning. Yeah, there was a lot of just random people in the channel. Like, I didn't know what to do with them. Like, some of the people said that they subscribed to me, and then they were complimenting me, and then the next thing you know is that they were making fun of me, and then I had to put them in chat timeout. It was just crazy. It was something I've like never experienced before. I had kind of it similar in the summer league game. I did a summer league game that had even more views than that. It was like one that had over 3,000 views in July for a summer league game. For a game that didn't even finish because of an earthquake between Zion and RJ. It was the Pelicans versus the Knicks game, and the game didn't even count because of the earthquake. And people were coming in asking if they could have me show the game and stuff. It was crazy. Hey, welcome in Avery over here on YouTube as well, my man. Thanks so much for being a part here. Sports community on both of these platforms tonight, guys. As we're going to get to the play-by-play here in a couple moments here with this game right now. Almost here for kickoff. This game is on Fox, by the way. The Celtics just tipped off against the Hornets. Hornets took a 7-6 lead here. Gordon Hayward already with a basket by the Celtics. And he's got 3 points so far. Miles Bridges with 3 for the Hornets. Avery saying here, at least he'd have me do the game instead of Joe Buck. I hear you, man. I hear you. I hear you. They have him for America's Game of the Week, and I just like to see him with some more energy and emotion in there, you know. He's called some of the biggest plays in the history of the NFL, like the David Tyree catch, and I don't even know how, like, Fox even employed him. I know, like, for baseball and stuff like that, but as far as the football vibe and stuff, that's totally different. You need all energy and emotion into these calls, and that was the biggest catch in the history of the NFL, basically, with David Tyree against the Patriots, and he had just no emotion on it. And a bunch of other calls, too. Mitchell, down to the 25. Stuff like that. Or he didn't know which one was longer, 5/8 a half, 3/8. I've seen those type of highlight videos before. Those are too funny. But here we are, guys. We're going to get ready to kick this one off here in just a moment. Chargers going out with their sweet blue-looking uniforms right here with that nice light blue coating on their uniforms, light blue, and then their white helmets with a yellow bolt on them. The Oakland Raiders coming into this game, I think they're in their Yeah, they're in their color rush, I believe, for this one. They have their white color rush jerseys with a gray lettering for this game for Oakland. So they are indeed in their color rush, as Desmond King will be back here to return this kick in just a moment. It looks like the Chargers will be returning this kickoff. So I'm going to put that possession arrow here to LAC to start out this game. So the Chargers will get the football first. Desmond King back to return this kick in just a moment. This game taking place at the Coliseum, home of the Oakland Raiders, as we are getting ready to get this one off, and it gets kicked off here. Oakland will kick this ball off. It goes, it's a short kick fielded at the 3. They take it past the 10-yard line down the right side of the number, spins, and gets hit right there at the 19. Nice tackle, just dumping him on the play by the special teamer for the Oakland Raiders. That was number 35, Curtis O'Reilly. So here comes out the Chargers. As we start this game, Phillip Rivers with the most passing yards so far this season in the NFL. 2,609 of those this season in passing yards so far by Rivers. 1st and 10 coming up as we just started out this game. Chargers with the football. Rivers in the ace formation. Gordon going in motion right behind Rivers right now. 2 to the left, 1 to the right as far as wide receivers. 4-3 defense here set up by Oakland. Rivers takes the snap from the ace formation, back to pass here. Rivers airs this one out across the middle, complete at the 40, and that's Austin Eckler as he gets brought down at the 42. So great start by the LA Chargers in this game, as that is a pass of 23 yards on the completion, and it will bring up a whole new set of downs. So the secondary issues have been a problem this season for the Raiders. They're at the back half of the NFL as far as giving up passing yards, and already gave up a 20-plus yarder in the first pass of the game by Rivers. Rivers calling out the audible right now. Ace formation. Gordon in the backfield. Rivers hands it off right side counter. Gordon. Gordon past the 40 to the 45. Drag down at the 46. We have 14-15 left to go in the first quarter. Counting down here as the Chargers have been struggling with a run so far this season. They ranked 28th rushing the football so far this year, but they were finally getting the wheels going last week against the Packers. Raiders here on defense. Rivers going 5 wide from the gun. He's got 2 to the right, one of them the tight end Hunter Henry, and 3 lined up to the left side here as wide receivers. Rivers 5 wide, empty backfield, takes the snap, back to pass by Rivers in the pocket, gonna step up, and he gets sacked, drop back at the 35-yard line of Chargers territory. He'll bring up a 3rd and long coming up. The defensive front right there collapsing on the pocket on Rivers to sack him, and that appeared to be 2 rookies converging on the play for Oakland. So the Raiders with a big sack. Who was that? Number 90 for Oakland came in converging on the sack. Jonathan Hankins on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 14. 13 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Rivers. 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Rivers takes the snap. Back to pass here from the pocket. Going to air this one out deep down the right sideline. That ball tipped up into the air. Intercepted by Oakland as they go out of bounds. Intended on the one-on-one coverage to Keenan Allen. And coming up with the interception was Carl Joseph, the strong safety for the Raiders. So everything started well. First pass was a completion for 23 by Rivers. But then that pass just tipped up in the air as Keenan Allen was going down the right sideline, deflected and knocked away up in the air by Trevon Mullen, and the Raiders picked it off. We do have a flag in the field, though. We're going to check this flag. Very, very late flag that was thrown, guys, here in the field. And, wow, it's a defensive penalty. Pass interference by the defense on a late flag, so automatic first down. The Chargers will still have the football. So defensive pass interference, so the Chargers will still have the football. Wow, so that ball just went right up into the air. It was knocked up into the air. There was a lot of contact there with a safety and coverage, or corner and coverage, Trevon Mullen. 8 penalties per game this season by the Raiders. That ranks 3rd most in the NFL, and that was a costly one. Shotgun formation here for the Bolts, as they have it at the 45-yard line of Oakland. Chargers with the football 1 wide to the left side here, and 2 to the right. They have Gordon in the backfield. Chargers take the snap. HB toss right side over to Gordon. Past the 45. Gets past the 40 here. 35 gets the first down. Gain of 12 to the 33-yard line in the rush by Melvin Gordon. We'll bring up a 1st and 10 here with 12.5 left to go in the first quarter. As we welcome you guys over here tonight on Sportscaster. We're also on YouTube calling play-by-play tonight for this ball game. First and 10, 12-20. Left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation for Rivers. Gordon in the backfield lined up. Rivers has 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Rivers from the gun takes the snap. Back to pass. Rivers, watch out. The ball is up in the air and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted on the play. That was a close one as Phillip Rivers took a shot from the defensive side of the edge. On the edge rusher. Who was that? 98 for Oakland, converging. Max Crosby in on that play. Forcing Rivers to throw that football way sooner than he thought. And that one fell incomplete, luckily for Rivers. 2nd and 10 coming up. 12:05 left to go in the first quarter. Rivers and the Chargers at the 32-yard line of Oakland territory. Rivers in ace formation. Gordon in the backfield. Rivers takes the snap. Play action. This one's flagged down. A flag is on the play. We have 12:03 left to go in the first quarter. We'll check the penalty flag. It appears it might be a false start. We'll check to see, though. Oh, wait. John Gruden. Yeah, John Gruden over here is challenging. Okay, so John Gruden is challenging the ruling on the field if it was an incomplete pass or not. So the hand appears to be going forward, so that should be, that should be an incomplete pass, definitely. That should be ruled an incomplete pass. Phillip Rivers' hand was going forward, so it looks like John Gruden will be losing this challenge, but we'll confirm the call when we do get back to action here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're on Final Yard Football on YouTube. We're also on Sportscaster here on Sports Dish on Sportscaster tonight, calling play-by-play of football action. So we just started out this game. We're going to take a deep dive in here to the game statistics so far. Phillip Rivers is 1 for 2 passing the football, 23 yards through the air. Melvin Gordon, 2 carries for 16 yards. A sweet HB toss that he got the edge down the right side. And Austin Eckler, a lone reception for a 23-yard catch. 3 first downs by the Chargers and a penalty by Oakland on a holding call that should have been an interception to keep the drive alive. Hey, welcome back, Avery. Thanks so much, my man, for joining me back here. We're going to get right back into this game. Currently, we're just on commercial break. Chargers with a football at the Raiders' 33-yard line. There is a review on the play with a challenge by Gruden. Oh, wow, that's awesome, Ryan. Thanks so much for the update right there. Gordon Hayward going off. Celtics already up. Yeah, 20-11. Gordon Hayward with 9 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. This man could be bound to have a triple-double tonight with 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. That is fantastic there by Gordon Hayward. He is looking at all-star form this season once again. He is looking like he's going into the Utah Jazz days a couple years ago with that all-star form here for Gordon Hayward. Daniel Tice with 4 points. I'm looking at it right now. He's behind Gordon Hayward as the number 2 scorer. And Marcus Smart's got 3. He hit a 3-point shot, so that's awesome to see. Marcus Smart is the bread and butter of this team here for the Celtics. Jaylen Brown finally back on the team since he came down with that illness. Yeah, Gordon Hayward looking like he could score another 20-plus point game again once again. Avery. He dropped 39 the other night. I think that was his tie for career high. Was at 39. But he has had a fantastic season so far for Gordon Hayward. The Celtics efficiency here. And they're one of the smallest teams in the NBA, and they are keeping up with the teams. They're getting like crushed in the rebounding edge, but guarding other players and forcing them to take shots and making them miss is something that the Celtics have thrived in, as the shooting percentage against their opponents isn't that great, I don't believe. as we're back to action. That was an incomplete pass. Rivers passes, and he overshoots his wide receiver. Intercepted here by the Raiders. They take it down the right side, 25-30, 35-40, 45. Pass midfield here for Oakland. On the return, stiff arm, past the 35, drag down at the 32. Wow. Phillip Rivers overshoots his intended wide receiver. And he gets picked off, and this is going to be the ball around the 32-yard line of Charger territory here coming up, as Oakland came in with a huge pick on the play. Okay, yep, I know what you mean there. 20 points per game in the season, too. Yeah, so he could be averaging above that if he keeps it up tonight. Wow, that pass just sailed way well over. I think that was Keenan Allen's head, and Rivers just threw it like 5 feet over his head and got picked off. Wow. Ball now at the 32 here of Charger territory for the Raiders. Raiders defense has really been looking interesting. Carr takes the snap, hands it off up the middle. Jacobs to the 25. Gain of 7 on the carry. It's going to bring up a second and about 3 or 4. Good start here by the rookie running back Josh Jacobs. What an interception. Rivers got picked off. He got picked off earlier, resulted in a flag, though, on the pass interference by Oakland, but they redeemed themselves. They got that one. So they already got a takeaway. That was a terrible, terrible pass by Rivers. Shotgun formation now for Carr. So Oakland's offense is on the field. Just going to put that to you guys for the possession arrow. Pass, short right side. That one complete at the 20. So now they're inside the red zone. That pass complete to the wide receiver, Tyrell Williams, as they must be glad that he is back as well. Oh, that's awesome. So 2 teams from the American Temple in South Florida on as well. Yeah, so tons and tons of sports tonight, so that is great. 1st and 10, 10:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Ace formation for Oakland. They got Josh Jacobs, the running back behind Carr. Carr takes the snap, hands it off left side counter to Jacobs. Jacobs going back, and now he finds a hole up the seam here, dragging tacklers along, and he made something out of it. It looked like a 3-yard loss, and he turned it into a 5-yard gain. It will bring up a 2nd and 5 here at the 15-yard line inside the red zone for Oakland. Hey, what is good, Brent? Thanks so much, my man, for stopping by. Man, Brent, Tuesday night was absolutely crazy over my basketball channel. We got over 2,000 views in that video on the basketball channel on Tuesday for a Michigan State versus Duke video. 2nd and 5 coming up. Ace formation here for Oakland. Oakland at the 15-yard line of the Chargers. Carr takes the snap, hands it off to Jacobs. Jacobs up the middle for about a gain of 1 on the carry. Flag comes down here. We got 9:47 left to go in the first. Yeah, so lots of stuff going on tonight. That is a penalty by the offense. I'm going to bring up the college basketball scores for you guys to update you guys with that in the NBA when we do get on commercial break. We got so much stuff going on as far as sports. Everything is in full swing here this season. Yeah, it was insane. Look up Michigan State versus Kentucky live. Type that into YouTube, and you should see my basketball channel, Behind the Arc Basketball, on there. And it has 2.8K that viewed it. It was insane. 2nd and 15 coming up, 9.5 left to go. Ball at the 19-yard line for the Raiders. Shotgun formation, they take the snap. Carr across the middle. That one complete past the 20 to the 16. It'll bring up still a 3rd and long coming up on the completion, though. Hey, no problem. You're welcome back anytime, my man. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. Carr here from the gun at the 16 of Charger territory. Carr has his pass catching back to the left side. That's Jalen Richard. Richard to the left. He has 2 wide to the left, 2 wide to the right. Carr takes the snap. Back to pass here. Carr steps up into the pocket. He gets sacked. Drop back at the 24-yard line as the field goal unit will have to come onto the field coming up on the 4th down. Yeah, Penn State against Minnesota this weekend, Avery. So that should be a good game. I'll take Penn State in that game. So I'll take Penn State against Minnesota. in that game. Also, I think Baylor against Oklahoma. I think they're playing each other too, I feel like. So I'll update you guys with a bunch of scores when we do get on commercial break here in just a moment. Daniel Carlson, 7 for 9 on field goals this season, attempting a 40-yarder from the left hash. We have 8 minutes left to go in the first. The snap to hold Carlson's kick. This one is up. This one is through. So the Raiders strike first on the board right now. 3-zip to score. Hey, no problem, Brent, my man. Thanks so much here for joining me right now. Oh, wow, so you got Minnesota winning that game, Avery. There we go. Celtics already crushing it against the Hornets tonight, 28-15. So 28-15, Celtics up against the Hornets. Gordon Hayward already with 14 points. That is insane. Hayward is going off in the NBA. He is looking like he's going to be on an all-star level this season. He's getting all-star ballot votes if he continues up at this pace this year. Yeah, so we have games going on throughout the NBA. Not so much tonight. Thunder taking on the Spurs in about a couple minutes. That'll tip off. Heat against the Suns in a little bit. And the Trailblazers against the Clippers in a late-night game. But Celtics against the Hornets going on at the moment here. Celtics lead 28-15. Other games going on since we're on commercial break. Chargers will get the football when we do get back to action here. So I'll update that possession arrow for you. So Chargers will get it back there down 3-zip. Is that we do have college basketball later. Let's see here. Is it later today? Let's see here. Thursday the 7th. See what we have for college basketball if I'm going to get up the scoreboard right now for you guys. Top 25. Oh, there's no top 25 games going on tonight. Well then, let's see what we have. Clemson crushing Presbyterian 75-36. Any surprises? That's what I'm trying to see here for college basketball. I know that game against Virginia against Syracuse, that was such a low-scoring game. I think it was like 48-34 to final. That was crazy for the national champions Virginia. Yeah, not too many good games going on tonight. By the way, TCU is leading a D3 school that doesn't even come up with a logo on ESPN. TCU is leading a D3 school 37-32 in college basketball. It's going to be a rough year for TCU if they're only leading against a Division III school named Southwestern by 5 points with 4 minutes left to go in the first half. That is just crazy right there. Yeah, not really too many games going on in college basketball that's notable to talk about tonight. Rutgers beating the Bryant Bulldogs 58-45 is that score, but not too many power conference teams. Robert Morris leading Marshall 58-57. Alright, 8 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Raiders just got a field goal from the left hash from 40 out by Daniel Carlson. Chargers will get the football right back here on this kickoff, as we have 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Carlson to kick this football off back to the Chargers. It is booted away. Chargers will return it. Short kick at the 5. They take it past the 10 here. Right side, 15, 20. They get tackled from behind around that 20-yard line by the Charger returner. That is Pope on the return for the Chargers. Yeah, Baylor's had such an easy schedule. They're going to get blown out. If I was to predict that game, I think that they're going to get blown out against Oklahoma on Saturday. I don't even think it's going to be close. They have played so many easy teams so far this season for Baylor. Let's see here. I'm going to look at the schedule in just a moment, what Baylor has played so far this year. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers. They're from the shotgun formation. Eckler lined up to the left side. Gordon going in motion. They take the snap. They hand it off left side counter to Eckler. Eckler past the 20-25. Bouncing off a tackler. Dragging the pile forward. Gets to the first down marker. So we have 7:45 and counting down left to go in the first as Austin Eckler picks up 10 yards in the first down. So number 12. Okay, yeah, number 12 Baylor this week taking on TCU, and then the following week it's November 16th. They take on Oklahoma. They have to get past TCU first to stay unbeaten. 7:20 left to go in the first quarter. Chargers in the gun here with Rivers. Rivers takes the snap back to pass, slings it over the middle, complete pass to 35, and down at the 38 is Keenan Allen gets his first catch of the game. Second target intended for him. The first one was way over his head, resulted in a giant interception by the Raiders. 7 minutes and counting down left to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 3 coming up. Chargers here in the ace formation. They take the snap. Rivers hands it off up the middle to Gordon. Gordon past the 40 to the 45. Moves the chains and a whole new set of downs on the carry. So let's see here. The Baylor Bears, in their last game, they beat West Virginia 17-14. So they are barely squeaking by teams here. They beat Texas Tech 33-30. Somehow they won against Kansas State 31-12. The team that beat Oklahoma and put up like 40-something points against them. 6:20 left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation here for Rivers. Gordon lined up to the right side, 2 wide to the right, 2 to the left. They take the snap. Rivers back to pass from the pocket, airs this one out, and it's intercepted once again. This could be a pick 6. Down the right sideline, stiff arm, breaks one tackle. Down the right sideline, there he goes. 20-15, 10 to the end zone. Touchdown Raiders, but there is a penalty flag in the play. We will check the flag to see if this does stand. Eric Harris, at the moment, has the interception, but a flag is down on the field. We got 6 minutes left to go. And the refs pick up the flag. They say no foul, and the Raiders get a pick 6 off of Phillip Rivers. Oh my goodness. Where in this where in the world does this Raiders defense come from right now? Oh, 9 points in the board. 9 points in the board. We haven't got the extra point yet. But where in the world? That pass over the head of Allen again. He overshoots him by like 5 feet. Ouch. Phillip Rivers leads the NFL in passing yards, but what does that mean? Because you have to throw touchdown passes, not interceptions. It's all about boosting your passer rating, not deflating it, and right now he is doing that as the Raiders jump out to the short week 9-0 lead here. Eric Harris with his 2nd interception tonight. Right place, right time for number 25 with a pick 6. What a game here. Here comes on the extra point by Daniel Carlson. Here's the snap, the hold. This kick is up. This one is through the uprights, up and good. 10-0 now. The score, and I cannot believe it. 2nd interception of the game by the Oakland Raiders by Eric Harris. He has 2 interceptions now for 114 intercepting yards in a pick 6. That is crazy. Let that sink in. 114 yards off of interceptions and a touchdown. Crazy. Oh, okay, awesome there. So Ryan updated me. Celtics lead at the end of 130-20. Yeah, Gordon Hayward is going off. He is going off here. I'm gonna check that score for you guys. Yeah, 30-20. Hayward with 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. That is fantastic there for Gordon Hayward. Right on his. He is looking at another season to be a comeback player of the year here with that NBA All-Star resume, if he can get right back to the All-Star game, if he keeps it up like that. Yeah, early on in this game, the Raiders had committed those penalties, but they're lucky they picked up the flag there. It helped out the Raiders to get the pick 6. So right now we're on commercial break. I'm going to bring up Baylor's schedule for you guys. This is what Baylor's done this year. They have won 3 games by 3 points or less this season. They won against Iowa State 23-21. They won against Texas Tech 33-30, and they won against West Virginia in their last game 17-14. They still have to get past TCU in the next game. Maybe TCU might be a trap team for Baylor. We will see in that game, as Baylor has an 8-0 record, but they're not even close to being in the college football playoff standings. As far as other games for Baylor, their weak schedule is the reason why they have still an undefeated season. They played Stephen F. Austin, beat them 56-17. Then they played Texas San Antonio, won against them 63-14. And then they barely beat Rice, is what Avery was talking about earlier. They barely beat Rice in that game 21-13. Let's see, I'm going to dig into what that game consisted of. If I look at the play-by-play, see how the scoring went on throughout that game. Okay, so Baylor jumped out to a 21-6 game. The final score was 21-13. 21-3 was the largest lead by Baylor. So I guess probably like a garbage time touchdown or so there for Baylor against Rice. But still, that is a bad Rice team that is winless this season at 0-9. Even worse than UMass. That is how bad they are this year. Alright, so 2 takeaways tonight by the Raiders. They had 7 takeaways only through their first 8 games of the season. As the Chargers will get this kickoff, we'll try again with Rivers. But first, they have to return the kickoff. They'll let it go back to the end zone. They don't, so they'll start out at the 25 anyway with Rivers. Bad start for Rivers in this game. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 2 interceptions to the same players. He not even in the area, Keenan Allen. Where was that? I was looking at the replay. That wasn't even in the remote, close area. I know he got hit low, but it's when he was releasing the football. It wasn't a roughing the passer call. That's why they picked up the penalty. 6 minutes left to go. Going to motion towards the left side is Mike Williams as they will hand it off up the middle here to Gordon. Gordon past the 32, about the 32. Gain of 7 on the carry. He'll bring up second down and 6, or second down and 7 here with about 5:45 left to go in the first quarter. First 2 possessions resulting in pick by the Chargers. Ace formation. Rivers takes the snap, hands it off up the middle by Gordon. Past the first down marker, 35 to the 36. Gordon with a first down, 5:20 left to go in the first quarter. Welcome in everybody along to Sportscaster and YouTube tonight calling play-by-play football. Shotgun formation right now for Rivers. He's about to take the snap here in just a moment. He does, and he hands it off in the HB draw up the middle here to Gordon. Gordon to the 40 as he rushes it for about a gain of 4 in the carry. He'll bring up a 2nd and 6 here for the Chargers. So we're under 5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Thank you guys so much for being a part here. Sportscaster and YouTube on the play-by-play tonight. 4.5 left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation right now for Rivers. Rivers with Eckler in the backfield. Hands it off to Eckler up the middle. Past the 42 at the 43. Gain the 3 in the carry. So we'll bring up about a 3rd and 4 here for the LA Chargers. Hunter Henry slipped on the field, so he is being checked along at the sideline right now with the training staff. And now he's come back into the game. So Hunter Henry back into the game here at a tight end for the Chargers. 3rd and 4 coming up. 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter right now. The shotgun formation. Rivers about to take the snap. He has thrown 2 picks to the same player of Oakland. 5 wide. An empty backfield here for Rivers. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Rivers takes the snap with 5 on the play clock. Back to pass. Steps up into the pocket. Rivers gets sacked. On the play, he is brought down by the Oakland defense. This defense came to play. He almost got stripped of that football, but was able to secure it as well. Max Crosby, number 98 for Oakland, coming in and getting the sack from the edge on Phillip Rivers. And number 91, too, that was Benson Mayawa, who came in and got the sack. Wow. Wow. Not the game at all for the Chargers. They're going to have to punt this football away with their punter, Ty Long. Trevor Davis back to return this punt here for the Oakland Raiders. So we have 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. This is a boot here by the Chargers. This one to the 10-yard line, fielded as he slips past 1 tackle to the 15 and dragged down around the 17. Gain of 7 on the return. 2:49 here left to go in the first quarter. Raiders with the football as we are on YouTube and we're also on Sportscaster calling play-by-play of football action tonight. Thank you guys so much for being a part here of the platform. So right now we're just on commercial break. Gonna update you guys with the leading scores in this game. Derek Carr, perfect 2 for 2 passing, 13 yards through the air. And Phillip Rivers has taken 2 sacks already, 2 for 5 passing, 30 yards by Rivers. Melvin Gordon with 40 rushing yards so far throughout this game. As I will bring up Melvin Gordon's totals for you guys here to go over. So, I'm just going to go over Melvin Gordon's total so far this season, as it was a struggle through his first 4 games back after the holdout. The first game, Melvin Gordon had 12 rushing carries for 31 yards against the Broncos. Second game, 8 carries for 18 yards. Third game against Tennessee, 16 carries for 32 yards. And now his average just keeps on going up and up. 8 carries for 31 yards against the Bears, but he averaged 3.9 yards per carry. The first 3 games, he was averaging just anywhere from the ballpark between 2 yards per carry to 2.6. And then the last game against Green Bay, his best one yet, 4 yards per carry he averaged, as he had 20 rushes for 80 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. And tonight already, Melvin Gordon able to get the running game going here, averaging 6.7 yards per carry, 6 carries for 40 yards. So the ability for Melvin Gordon to get the running game going has been huge here so far in action tonight, as we welcome you all into the Sports Dish on Sportscaster. This has been a strange game already. Phillip Rivers with 2 interceptions thrown on the game. He is 2 for 5, 30 yards through the air and 2 picks, and he's got sacked twice. Not a good game to start out at all. Both of those interceptions by Eric Harris, who has this ridiculous stat. 2 interceptions by Harris for 114 intercepting yards and a touchdown on a pick 6 by Rivers' pick. And then the other thing I wanted to go over is, we'll go through the sacks here. The Raiders have 4 players that have gotten half a sack in this game. Clelin Ferrell with a half a sack, Max Crosby with a half a sack, same as Benson Maywawa and Maurice Hurst all have a half a sack now. So we're going to be right back into the stream here in just a moment. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're on Sportscaster. We're on YouTube tonight calling play-by-play. First and 10, 2:49 left to go in the first quarter. Raiders in the ace formation. Carr takes the snap. Back to pass. Passes right side. And that one by Tyrell Williams is dropped. The refs are going to say incomplete. I'll bring up a 2nd and 10. He tried to trap the football, but he dropped it on the play. Second down and 10 coming up. 2:45 left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun formation here as they take the snap with Carr. Carr back to pass. He's going to step up into the pocket, roll out to his left. Carr throws on the run to the end, to the left sideline, and that was incomplete on the play. We do have a flag down. We're going to check the flag here. 2:37 left to go. So we have a flag in the secondary. We'll check the flag. And it is a holding penalty by the offense. So holding penalty by the offense by Oakland. They'll back them up. Second and 20. 2:37 left to go in this first quarter right now. Raiders backed up on the 2nd and 20 at their own 10. Oakland from the gun with their quarterback Derek Carr. Carr has his running back Jacobs towards the right side of him. 3 to the left, 1 to the right as far as receivers. Takes the snap back to pass. Carr across the middle, completed the 15. Turns up to the 17. That is a gain of 7 on the reception by the tight end, the leading receiver this season, Darren Waller for the Oakland Raiders. Darren Waller looking like he could go to the Pro Bowl this year, what he's done so far this season. Just looking at some of the scores right now in the NBA, the Celtics currently hold a lead against the Hornets, 38-27. Spurs leading against the Thunder, 24-20. Raiders out of the gun right now. Jacobs lines up to the right side of Carr. 3 wide to the right. 3rd and 13 from the 17-yard line of Oakland. They take the snap. Carr in the pocket. Steps up to pass. Passes this one deep down the right sideline. Overshoots his wide receiver as it falls incomplete. Zay Jones, the former Buffalo Bill, was the intended target on the play, but it fell incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 13, a punting situation here for Oakland, pinned back deep in their own territory. 4th and 13. Oakland, well, they have their punter standing here. A.J. Cole, the punter, at his own 2-yard line. He boots this one away from the 5. Desmond King back to return this punt for the Chargers. As King gets the punt, there's a flag down to the play. Takes it past the 40 to the 45. He swung down around the 47 to Charger territory. So 1:38 left to go in the first quarter. There is a flag down in the field. We will check the flag. We'll check the flag here on the field. We'll see what we have going on. Phillip Rivers is on the field, though, so this flag will have nothing to do with being before the punt. Yeah, yep, it was on the return. Looked like an illegal block in the back by the Chargers. 2 fouls on the play. Illegal block in the back here by the Chargers. So by the receiving team, and there's another penalty here by the receiving team. And during the kick, holding by the receiving team as well. So first down coming up for the Chargers. Alright, so 2 penalties on the Chargers. We're going to go right back into this game here. We have 1:38 left to go in the first quarter. Welcome in here on Sportscaster. Welcome in YouTube over to the stream tonight on the play-by-play calls. So right now we are on commercial break. Phillip Rivers, though, has been struggling. 2 for 5 passing, 2 interceptions so far tonight by Rivers. He has been intercepted by the same player twice, acting like his own wide receiver. 2 interceptions by Eric Harris for 114 receiving yards and a touchdown on a pick 6 off of Rivers by Eric Harris. The Raiders had 7 takeaways total this season heading into the game. They have 2 total at the end of this first quarter at the moment. 1:38 left to go in the first. Rivers, ace formation, Eckler in the backfield. Rivers takes the snap, hands it off in the jet sweep. Keenan Allen past the 25-30, down the right sideline, 35, and knocked down from behind at the 41-yard line of Raiders territory in the first down. Gigantic gain on the jet sweep, and got the edge by Keenan Allen, the wide receiver for the LA Chargers. We have 1:20 left to go in the first quarter here. Eckler lined up in the backfield. 71 rushing yards so far tonight by LA. Eckler in the backfield, ace formation, 2 wide to the left. Two wide to the left right now. Rivers under center, takes the snap, hands it off to Eckler. Eckler bounces off a tackler up the middle for about a gain of 2 in the carry. 1st and 10 coming up, 50 seconds left to go in the first. Wow, that's awesome. Ryan here updating me. Celtics up 38-29. So there we go. It's fantastic. Hopefully they can keep that throughout the entirety of the game. Thanks so much for the updates, my man. Second and 7, 30 seconds left to go before the end of the first quarter. Shotgun formation, 5 wide here. For the Chargers, 2 to the right. And 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 1 going in motion right now. That is Eckler. He goes in motion. Rivers takes the snap, passes across the middle. That one complete to Allen. Allen with a juke move and drag down the right shy at midfield. He gets it. Looked to appear to be shy at midfield for a second, but was able to dive out and get to the 50. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Ball spotted at the midfield marker. When we do get back, we have just ended the first quarter of this stream tonight, guys. Thank you so much for being a part here. We're going to move on to the second quarter in a matter of moments. So, interesting quarter in a nutshell. 7 first downs by the Chargers, but no points to show for because they go inside the red zone in this game. Or they haven't even made the red zone. Well, they were close. They were close to the 20 both of the times, and they turned it over. Trying to put together down the field long drives, I'd have to say. I think both of those were around inside the 35-yard line, but both of those were turnovers. So Chargers are dominating the possession, time of possession, 9:59 on the clock. They are also dominating the total yardage game, 95-26. Well, why in the world are the Chargers losing? Because of turnovers. A pick 6 by Phillip Rivers that he threw, and then another pick 6 with a gigantic return by Oakland. So yeah, right now I'm just going to go through some of the scores for you guys going on right now. We'll take a look at the NBA tonight. Boston Celtics holding the lead against the Charlotte Hornets. 38-32 is the score. Carson Edwards appears to be in the game for the Celtics right now. I just saw his name pop up, so that's fantastic. Gonna dig into the box score of that game since we're on commercial break. I know Gordon Hayward looking nice. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. Let's see here. 6 points by Jaylen Brown coming back from illness. 8 points by Jason Tatum. As the young production there for the team is gunning going. Tatum and Brown combining for 14. As far as the Charlotte Hornets in this game, the leading scorer, 9 points by Miles Bridges at the moment. Welcome back Kemba Walker to Charlotte. In this one, Kemba with 3 so far. 0 for 3 shooting the ball. All 3 shots have been at the free throw line. How big has he been at the free throw line this season? He has iced games at the line for the Celtics because he is Mr. Automatic this season at the free throw line. Kemba is. He usually gets going on in the second half, though. So that is where fourth quarter Kemba will be unleashed, most likely. Celtics lead 39-32. But Terry Rozier with 0 points against his former team. 0 for 6 from the floor. Other stuff going on in the NBA at the moment here, since we're on commercial break in Thursday Night Football. Tied up at 26 is the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the San Antonio Spurs. Danilo Gallinari with 9 points for the Thunder, and DeMar DeRozan with 8 points so far for the Spurs. As we are back to action here, thank you guys so much for joining me on Sports Dish. So, 3rd and 1 coming up, we start out the second quarter. Ball placed at midfield for Rivers, under center going heavy, hands it off up the middle, they break a tackle, and they get it at the marker. I believe second effort will have it on the first down run on the carry by Melvin Gordon. So they should have the first down effort. I thought Gordon picked up enough. Let's see where they spot this football. Maybe his knee was down before the spot. I thought he had enough in the second effort. That looked close. Let's see here on a Fox replay. The spin move by Gordon to get away from one. I thought he is close. I think that he got it right there. He is really, really close to where that yellow first down marker is. Thank goodness for the first down markers. This one might be worth the measurement. It is. It's going to be measured. Here comes out the measurement sticks. And it is just shy. So I was wrong, guys. Just shy. 4th and inches coming up for the Chargers. Now what do you do? The ball spotted at midfield. 4th and inches. Does Anthony Lynn go for it? Does he punt it away back to Oakland? Chargers already down in the deep hole, 10-0. They are going to go for it, so the Chargers will go for it here. 4th and inches from midfield. This season, the Chargers are 3 for 7 on 4th down conversions. The Raiders' defense has indeed brought it so far. We'll see if they can keep it up. 4th and inches coming up for the Chargers. And they elect to go in the I formation. I formation here for the Chargers on a 4th and inches play. Rivers takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle, second effort, reaching for the cross, and he does get it. The fullback for the Chargers picking up the first down. Derek Watt on the second effort. It looked at first that he wasn't going to be in there, but he was able to get it up and get the first down. All right, thanks so much, my man, for putting in the updates here. 41-37, Celtics still leading against the Charlotte Hornets at the moment. Hayward still stuck at 14. He has 5 rebounds now, though. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers. Shotgun formation at the 49-yard line of Oakland. They take the snap. They hand it off right side. Draw past the 45 to about the 43 of Oakland territory. Kemba Walker still stuck at 3 points in that game, but always remember second half Kemba, because if you cannot take the lead at halftime against the Celtics, you better watch out. This team is a second half team indeed this season. 2nd and 4 coming up on the field right now. Shotgun formation for the Chargers. Chargers in a 2nd and 4 from the 43-yard line of Oakland. They take the snap. Hand off up the middle to Gordon. Gordon past the 45. Dragged down from behind at the 40. A yard shy of the first down marker. Will bring up a flag on the field, though. 13-11 left to go before halftime. There's a flag down. We'll check the flag. And we have, what is that, neutral zone. Neutral zone infraction on the defense by Oakland. He lined up in the neutral zone, Clellan Ferrell. So that is an automatic first down by the Chargers. 13 minutes here left to go before halftime. Gordon in the backfield. Ace formation to 38-yard line for the Chargers. Going to motion towards the right side is Williams. They take the snap, hand it off to Gordon. Gordon past the 35, dragged down at the 33. So Gordon able to get a gain of 5 in the carry. He is doing well so far in this game, Melvin Gordon. He's been great. Second down coming up. Second down and 5 here for the Chargers at the 33-yard line of Raider territory. Welcome in everybody in Sportscaster and YouTube. Shotgun formation. They take it. Rivers. Pass across the middle. Complete at the 31st down. Turn it up towards the 27. The tight end Hunter Henry grabs the catch and gets the first down. 12 minutes left to go here before halftime. Chargers have possessed this football for almost 13 minutes on the clock tonight. Raiders with only 5 minutes of time of total possession. Shotgun formation at the 23-yard line of Oakland territory. 1st and 10 here for the Chargers. Rivers from the gun takes the snap. There's a flag thrown. He passes this one short in a swing around route to Eckler. Eckler, no yards, back to the 23. We're going to check to see the penalty flag here, everybody in the field. Welcome in on the stream tonight on Sportscaster. We're also on YouTube streaming tonight. And that's another bad penalty by the Raiders. Offsides by Oakland. And it's an automatic first down. Got some bad penalties in this drive by the Oakland defense. 2 penalties with neutral zone infractions. Clellan Ferrell, once again, the guilty party. His 2nd time on this drive that he has done that. 2nd time on the drive that Clellan Ferrell has picked up penalties because of this reason. 11:40 left to go here before halftime. 1st and 5 for the Chargers at the 17 of Oakland. They take the snap, handoff up the middle by Gordon, pushing the pile forward to the 15, dragged down at around the 14. It will bring up, it was a 1st and 5. He did get around 3 on the carry, so it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 1 coming up. Second down and 1 coming up on the field right now. They take the snap from the ace formation. Rivers hands it off up the middle to Gordon. Gordon right at the chain of the first down marker at the 13-yard line. That is close. That might be a measurement depending on the spot of the ball. We'll see. $10:45 left to go here before halftime. We welcome you guys over to the stream tonight. Here comes out the chain gang to measure. This measurement on the field we will see in just a moment where they spot it. And that will be a first down. It touches the nose of the football. First down Chargers. They'll have it 1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 13 of Oakland. This drive, 8 rushing plays to 2 passing plays in the play selection here tonight on this drive. 11 first downs by the Chargers, 0 points to show for on the board. We'll see if they can finally capitalize in the end zone. Chargers have it at the Oakland 13-yard line in the 1st and 10. 10.5 left to go before halftime. We welcome you guys over to the stream right now. 10 plays, 64 yards, over 6 minutes on this drive. Chargers with a football with 10.5 left to go before halftime. Shotgun formation here for Rivers. Rivers has Gordon lined up to the left, takes the snap, hands it off to Gordon. Gordon, stiff arm, past the 13 to the 10, diving forward, gain of 3 on the play. As they'll bring up a second down and 7 coming up on the field for LA. LA here with a 2nd and 7 on the field at the 10-yard line. Chargers out of the gun with another 10 left to go before half. Rivers Looking to motion Keenan Allen towards the right side. Allen lined up to the right. 2 wide to the right. 3 wide to the left. Empty backfield here. Hunter Henry towards the left. As they take the snap. Bullet across the middle. Complete to the 5. On the diving, sliding catch right there. That'll be a gain of 5 in the catch. Still short of the first down marker. Brings up a 3rd and 2. Hunter Henry, nice catch on the play there by the Chargers for him. Chargers upping the tempo with that nice bullet pass. 3rd and 2 coming up. They take the snap from the shotgun formation. They pass it right side to Allen. At the sticks, trying to reach out for it. He is tackled right at the marker. At the 3-yard line. At the first down marker. We'll see where the refs spot the football. It appears to be right over it. Yes, it is a first down. Generous spot. They place the football. So, first down on a catch by Keenan Allen of the Chargers. First and goal from the 3 of Oakland. Coming up for the Chargers. 8:45 and counting down left to go before halftime. Shotgun formation here for the Chargers by Rivers, the quarterback. Rivers with 2 wide to the right. Takes the snap. Rivers passes. Slant route that ball. Deflected and battle for the ball. And it is incomplete. Wow, that was dangerous. I thought for a moment it would have been intercepted. They are so lucky it wasn't. Wow. That ball almost got picked off in the slant route right there at the end zone. It was deflecting up in the air. Let's see what happened wrong here. That ball intended on the play. Number 34, his fullback, Derek Watt, it was intended for. The ball just got knocked up in the air, and now is in like quadruple coverage too. So 8:31 left to go here before halftime. Welcome back, everybody, guys, over to the channel. They take the snap from the shotgun. Rivers to the end zone. Tight coverage, incomplete, broken up. Hey, thanks so much, Ryan, with the update. 52-43. Celtics up by 9 at recess. So there we go. So Kemba Walker's returned to Charlotte right now. Kemba with only 3 points. 0 for 6 from the floor. But wait for Kemba to heat up in the second half and drop like 27 points in the second half, I bet you. 8:27 left to go. 3rd and goal coming up from the 3-yard line of Oakland. Welcome back, everybody, to the channel right now. Shotgun formation for Rivers, the quarterback. He's got Eckler lined up to the right side. Gordon going in motion towards the right. Allen lined up in the slot towards the left. They take the snap. Rivers back of the end zone. He's open. Touchdown, Hunter Henry. Nobody covering him, and he gets it for the receiving touchdown. It is 10-6. Somebody forgot to cover number 86. 16 plays on that drive, and finally, they are able to get a touchdown on the board. Finally, some points on the board here for the Chargers. They need points after how much they have been through in this game. 13 first downs by the Chargers, 135 yards total, 16 minutes plus that they have possessed the football, and they finally get their first touchdown of the game. Here comes on the extra point here by Michael Badgley to snap the hold of this. Kick is up and good. On the extra point, it's 10-7. 10-7 the score, 8:24 left to go before halftime. Thank you guys so much for being a part here to stream tonight. Final Yard Football on YouTube, also on the Sportscaster stream over here on the Sports Dish. So yeah, that's great to see. Celtics jumping out to the 9-point first half lead, and this is totally a second half team, so hopefully they keep this up in the second half. Just build up those totals. Gordon Hayward, the leading scorer with 16. Glad to see 3 players at halftime with double-digit points already. Hayward with 16 and 7 rebounds. 13 points by Jason Tatum and 10 points by Jaylen Brown. As far as the Charlotte Hornets in this game, Miles Bridges leading the way with 14. Terry Rozier in his return back to against Boston at Charlotte. It's been rough there for Terry Rozier against his former team. He has no points and has missed all 6 shots he's taken. But wow, what a game so far in the NFL. Battle between 2 teams in the NFC West. 10-7 the score. We're just getting started here on Sportscaster and YouTube. Hey, what is good? Kidder96, my man. Thanks so much for being part here of the channel. So yeah, 3-point game here at the moment, Kidder96. So, Chargers just scored a touchdown. All alone in the back of the end zone was the tight end, Hunter Henry, for 6. Chargers needed that one because Rivers got picked off already 2 times by the same player for Oakland, Eric Harris, with 2 interceptions for 115 return yards and a touchdown. As far as other games going on in the NBA tonight, Oklahoma City Thunder leading the San Antonio Spurs 39-37 is the score there. Miami Heat currently leading their game against the Phoenix Suns 11-6 is the score. So yeah, we got a lot of sports going on tonight. A lot of things going on tonight with games all over the place. Hey, welcome in, Sam. Thanks so much for stopping by, my man. So right now we're just on the commercial break, everybody. 10-7 the score over here. So we're going to get right back into action here in a matter of moments. Crazy, crazy night on Tuesday night with that college basketball game. That was insane. It's insanity over here on YouTube. If you haven't done so already, check it out. My video here on YouTube blew up. It got like 2,800 views on the internet. We had like 140 people in the chat at once. It was like just crazy. Never seen that before in my life. Here we are, 8:24 left to go before halftime. Welcome you guys back into the channel. Chargers will kick off this football. Raiders will get this one back, so I'll set up that possession arrow for you guys. Raiders will get this football back. That's a ball that will bounce at the 10-yard line, fielded at the 5. They take it past the 15 to the 20, chopped up on the return by Trevor Davis, the returner at the 22. So that's where the Raiders have it. Starting out their own 22. Oh, we got a scrum on the field right now between Charger players and Raiders players, as the refs are going to have to separate this one up around the 20-yard line. So the refs had to separate that one up, and of course Fox has to go and show a highlight of the touchdown and not show anything about what is going on with a scrum on the field that we just had. $8:20 left to go before halftime here, guys. Here's the flag. And that is a receiving team penalty by Oakland. So that's a penalty by the Raiders. They have had quite a bit of penalties tonight, by the way. So that is another one that they have added into their laundry list of problems in this game here by Oakland, even though they have the 3-point lead. They have now had 6 penalties for 56 total penalty yards. It's been a problem with discipline today for sure. 2 neutral zone infractions by the same player too. Here comes the snap. Oakland hands it off as they pass the 10-yard line, dragging up towards the 13. About a gain of 2 and a carry. It's going to break up a 2nd and 8. 8:05 here left to go before halftime. Welcome in everyone on the Sports Dish on Sportscaster tonight, as I call play-by-play. 2nd and 6 coming up on the field in just a moment. We're under 8 minutes left to go here. 2nd and 6 coming up. 7:40 left to go before half. Ace formation. Carr hands it off up the middle, and they're going to cut back towards the right side. Past the 15-yard line, dragged down around the 24, as they are 2 yards shy of the first down marker by the running back, Josh Jacobs, the rookie. Alright, so here we have it, guys. Right now, 3rd and 2 coming up, 7:10 left to go in the second quarter. Shotgun formation for the Raiders. Jacobs line to the right, 2 to the left. They take the snap. They hand it off up the middle. He is stopped by a brick wall on the play with 7 minutes left to go before halftime. The Chargers defense converging right there as the Raiders are going to have to punt this football away with under 7 left to go before half. The brick wall by the LA Chargers storming and converging on that last one. 4th and 2 coming up. They are standing back at their own 5-yard line, about to boot away this football. The Raiders have it, and they punt this one away. Line drive kick. It bounces at the 40. Fielded by the Chargers on the bounce. Past the 45. Out of bounds at midfield. Risky return right there. They got it. They fielded it on the bounce. We have a flag down. We got 6:20 left to go before halftime. Let's check the flag out here in just a moment, guys. There was a late hit on the play. There was a late hit on the play. We will check to see this penalty in just a moment. Hey, what is up, Zachariah? Hey, what is up, dude? Sorry to hear that, brother. 6:20 left to go before halftime. Yeah, feel free to let me know what's going on, man. $6:20 left to go before half now. The Chargers should have this football. I'm going to change over possession arrows. Fouls by both teams during the kick. Holding by the return team. Holding by the Chargers on the play. And then personal foul. Late hit out of bounds for the Raiders too. So dead ball spot will be the enforcement in the first down coming up by the Chargers. So Chargers will get the football back when we head right back into action here. 10-7 to score. 6:20 left to go before halftime as we are on Sportscaster tonight. We're on YouTube calling play-by-play here football. Thank you guys so much for being a part here of the stream. So 10-7 to score. To take a look at what's going on so far. Phillip Rivers with 2 interceptions though. But he redeems himself with a pass touchdown on the last drive to Hunter Henry all alone in the end zone. We're going to take a look at the leading receivers in this game at the moment here for the Chargers. 3 receptions for 17 yards by Hunter Henry with a touchdown. Also 3 catches for 17 yards is Keenan Allen. A reception the first play of the game by Austin Eckler for 23 yards as well. As far as the Oakland Raiders in this game, 2 receptions for 13 yards by Tyrell Williams. Darren Waller in a catch for 7 yards, but that is it. Derek Carr, 3 for 5, 20 yards through the air. Josh Jacobs, 4 carries for 19 yards. Not a whole lot of offense in this game by the Raiders because they barely possess the football. They only have 1 first down in the game tonight by Oakland. Chargers outgaining the time of possession here. 16 minutes and 35 seconds by the Chargers to 7 minutes and 5 seconds by the Oakland Raiders. So total difference in time so far in the action tonight. As we welcome you guys over here on the Sports Dish on Sportscaster. Thank you so much for being a part here to stream. Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that, man. Zachariah saying that he just got banned by Spotlight. He thought that you made a troll account, gave him dislikes. And wow. That's unfortunate, brother. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know Spotlight personally. There, that's unfortunate, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that, man. I'm so sorry to hear that, brother. Yeah, I don't really, know him personally. I've only seen his stuff, but I've never, talked to Spotlight before. Wow, that's too bad, dude. There's so much sports going on tonight, though. So many people are, covering all different types of games out there and stuff like that. Sorry to hear that, man. 6:20 left to go before halftime. Shotgun formation as we're back to action right now. Chargers with the football in just a moment here. Phillip Rivers from the gun. They have it at the 49-yard line of Oakland territory. Rivers takes the snap, drops back to pass, and he passes short left side down, complete off the fingertips, 45, down left sideline, 40, 35, 30, and hurdles over a man as Melvin Gordon on the bounds around the 25-yard line. What a catch there by Melvin Gordon and running. Jumped over a man down the left sideline. We got 6:11 left to go before halftime. Six left to go before half. Ace formation at the 24. Rivers in ace formation. Williams going in motion towards the left. They take the snap. Handoff. Left side counter here to Gordon as he gets dragged down from behind around the 20. So gain of 4 in the carry. Under 6 left to go here before half. 2nd and 6 coming out as the Chargers have the football inside the red zone here at the 20. Rivers out of the gun. Eckler in the backfield. Rivers with 10 seconds left to go on the play clock. 5:10 left to go here before half. And the 2nd and 6 inside the red zone at the 20 of Oakland territory. Rivers takes the snap back to pass. Passes right side open at the 7. Gets it, and Hunter Henry out of bounds at the 6. So Hunter Henry out of bounds around inside that 10-yard line. Nice pass by Rivers towards the right sideline on the dart to pick it up for the first down. It's going to be a 1st and goal coming up from about the 6 of Oakland territory. 22 plays by the Chargers in opponent's territory. Oakland with only 5. Shotgun formation right now for the Chargers as they have it at the Raiders 6 with 4.5 left to go here before halftime. 3 wide to the left, 1 to the right. That's Henry to the right. They take the snap. Rivers looking left, passes to the end zone. Oh! Intercepted by Oakland. That is the 3rd pick of the game. There is a flag down on the field. And it's an offside penalty against Oakland. And Oakland is celebrating the interception right now. Oakland is celebrating the interception. What should be the 3rd pick by Eric Harris today in this game. And they are celebrating and don't even know that there's a flag on the field. That is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Phillip Rivers gets picked off, but Oakland celebrates the interception, forgets that there's a flag on the field. Classic Raiders right there. Eric Harris should have had his 3rd interception. Discipline, discipline, discipline. How in the world do you line up offsides? How in the world do you line up offsides? Rivers with a 2nd chance. He has the ball. 1st and goal here at the 4-yard line. Rivers in ace formation. Gordon in the backfield right now. Rivers under center. Williams going to motion. Rivers takes the snap. Hands it off to Gordon. Gordon up the middle. Pushing the pile to the end zone. Chargers get the touchdown. They lead it 13-10. What a change of momentum here in the game. Wow. 4:14 left to go before half. What a swing of momentum in the game tonight. Here comes on the extra point here. 4:14 left to go before halftime. What a game. 13-10. The score. Here comes on the extra point by Badgley in just a moment, guys. The snap to hold. Badgley's kick. It is up and through the uprights. It is good. 14-10 the score. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on Sportscaster. Also on YouTube tonight as well. Wow. That is a painful look in the face of John Gruden right now. So Raiders got an interception. They started celebrating where there was a penalty flag in the field, and it was on them for offsides. Wow, what a crazy, crazy game. Raiders getting that interception, flag on the field, and they started celebrating the interception, and then the flag came on the field, and it resulted in an offsides. So that is, right now we're on commercial break. We're going to head right back in right after this. 14-10 Chargers just took the lead with a Melvin Gordon touchdown run. Ryan here in the chat saying 2 weeks ago. Wow, that's awesome. He beat a team in football 69-0. That is a fantastic score there. 69 points on the board. So 69 that Ryan's team put up on the board. That must have been a feat to score 69 on the board to a nice 0. So right now we're just currently on commercial break. We will head right back into the stream here in a couple minutes. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight on the play-by-play. It's supposed to snow tomorrow too in a lot of parts of the area, so that's going to be quite interesting to see. Some snow out there. Oh wow, that's awesome. Ryan's team is 9-0 after a close 28-27 win over Scarborough. That's fantastic. That is fantastic right there. Alright, so we got 4:14 left to go before halftime. Ha! Then you get to play the same team that you guys beat 69-0. Welcome to Maine and the state of Maine playoffs. As this kick goes, that's a short one to about the 5. It gets fielded by Oakland. Past the 10, 15, 20, 25, and they get stood up around the 25. And they keep on drifting them back and back and back. They're going to roll in forward progress at the 25. Wow. 69-0. When you get to play the same team again when they open up playoffs and the worst seed has to play the top seed. Man, on the last drive, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Phillip Rivers threw an interception to Oakland. Oakland got the pick. There was a penalty flag that was thrown. It was offsides by the Raiders, and the Raiders started celebrating the interception before they were called for the penalty flag on the offsides. That was embarrassing by Oakland. Oakland with the football now. Carr swings it out towards the left here to Jacobs. Past the 25, 30. 35 here up the left sideline towards the numbers. He's dragged down from behind around the 38. So that's about a gain of 18 or so to Josh Jacobs on the play from the backfield. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10. That is only first down number 2 tonight for Oakland. 16 first downs by the Chargers in this ball game so far tonight. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Shotgun formation for Carr to quarterback. Jacobs lined up to left. They take the snap. Carr back to pass. Passes left side. That one batted up in the air. Almost intercepted. That was close. We have a flag down on the field. Lots of contact there between the defender and the wide receiver. We'll check the penalty flag. Michael Davis in tight coverage on the play with Mike Williams. And that is pass interference by Michael Davis in coverage for the Chargers. Hey, welcome back in, Mr. Tenno. Thanks so much, man, for joining me. 3:26 left to go here before halftime. Chargers up by 4. So that's awesome, dude, Ryan. So same team you guys are playing. No better number than 69 to zip. So you're looking to end that season 10-0 with a number 1 seed. That's fantastic there. Right side counter, pass midfield to about the 49, back to the line of scrimmage on the play. It's going to break up a 2nd and 10 here for Oakland. His high school team is 9-0. Ryan's high school team. 2nd and 10, 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Raiders now in the ace formation. Carr under center. Jacobs in the backfield right now. They take the snap. Carr back to pass. As he's going to step in the pocket. Passes this one underneath and he loses yardage. That's a loss of 3 on the reception by Jacobs. Nice open field tackle by the Chargers there by Desmond King. So that's awesome there. Going to be 10-0 heading to the playoffs after getting the W against Edward Little once again. Mr. Tenno's team, there you go, man, 9-1. So yeah, that's both of you guys fantastic there with records this season. Shotgun formation for the Raiders. They take the snap. Back to pass. They step up into the pocket. Release left side. That one complete. They're going to dive past the 40 right at the 1st down marker. They appear to have it to move the chains by Oakland. That catch by Zay Jones as we have just reached the 2-minute warning here. Oakland with a football. Oh, they're going to say he's short. Just short of first down marker. I thought he gutted diving out for the first down marker, but we have hit the 2-minute warning here. 14-10 to score with 2 minutes left to go before halftime here on Sportscaster. We're also on YouTube tonight. Thank you guys so much for being a part here to streams. So right now we're just on the commercial break. We got a ton of stuff going down in sports. I know the Celtics are crushing the Hornets right now, 63-46. The score there. Gordon Hayward with 20 at the moment in that game. As far as other games, Spurs and Thunder close at halftime, 57-56. And Heat are leading the Suns right now, 31-28. So currently we're just on the commercial break. We will head right back into the stream here in a moment. Oh man, that's unfortunate. Mr. Teno's friends team is 1-8. Sorry to hear that, dude. Hopefully they'll have better luck in the following years or so. Doesn't look so promising there for his team this season. Yeah, last year my former high school I went to, I'm 24 now, but the former high school that I did go to growing up, that team went all the way to Gillette Stadium for the state finals last year, but they lost in the state final. But they graduated, I think, like 21 seniors from their team. So this season, I think they have like a record of 2-6 or so. But last year, they finished the season, I think, 11-3. So currently, we're just on the commercial break. Thank you guys so much for joining me right now on the stream. So we'll get back here in just a moment. The Raiders celebrating an interception on the offsides. That is one of the lowlights of Oakland tonight, along with all the penalties in this game by the Raiders. There have been a bunch by Oakland so far. 8 penalties for 77 yards, and we're only into the first half in this game tonight. So Mr. Teno beat his friend on Monday, the 1-8 team. So, hopefully, best of luck next season. If he is playing next season, hopefully, best of luck to your friend there. If they can have a better season next season. They're looking at the spot of the football where that was in the last one. Oh, that's awesome. Your team's number 3 in the league, so there you go, Mr. Teno. How many teams do you guys have in the division? Is it like a 10-team division, or is it more like a state conference with like 20-something plus? As that is a run. 4th and 1, the Raiders do get it. Okay, so that is it for him, unfortunately. So he is a senior, so that, unfortunately, is it. So there's no more coming back to high school to see if they can rebound for the following season. Oh, wow, 20 teams there. Wow, man. A minute 35 left to go before halftime. Raiders out of the gun right now. They take the snap with Carr. Back to pass across the middle. That one complete at the 32. For about a gain of 5 in the pass. Be about a 2nd and 5 coming up from the 32. Okay, so 4 divisions you guys have. Mr. Teno plays for EHS. They take the snap. Carr, back to pass. Carr, all time in the world, stepping into the pocket, rolling out to his right. Still the time. Passes this one downfield. Finds him at the 25 and dragged down at the 20 for the first down catch. On the play by the Raiders, Jalen Richard, the pass, catching back from the backfield. Oh, that's awesome. Exeter High School. What state? What state is that? New Hampshire? You're from Exeter High School. That's pretty cool, dude. There's Exeter and Rhode Island, too, but they combine. It's EWG they have, so you guys are EHS. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, New Hampshire. So you're close by to where we are. This pass to the end zone, that is incomplete on the play. Stops the clock with 32 seconds. 2nd and 10 coming up. Wow. So, yeah, I know the area, like, fairly well. So you guys probably play, like, Timberlane, Spalding, or so. I'm from Massachusetts, by the way. We have a summer place not too far away from Kingswood and Wolfboro. So I bet that you guys have probably played some of those teams, like, in that area. I know Kingswood's big rival is Kennett and Conway. But yeah, I'm from Massachusetts, like really close to Rhode Island, so I am a New Englander. So that's awesome. Thanks so much for being a part here. Another fellow New Englander on the channel. Right side screen past the 2015 to the 10, and Washington just shy the first down marker at the 9. Oh, so you face Cambridge on Saturday. That's cool. Oh, so you guys play against different types of schools there. Oh, is it like a prep school or something like that? Because I think there's something in Exeter. I think there's like an academy that does play those type of teams. So you face Cambridge on Saturday. That's cool. 3rd and 1 coming up on the field. There is an injured Charger and a player here. So there is an injured Charger on the ground at the moment, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. That is... Oh, that's Melvin Ingram again. That is Melvin Ingram, guys, who is down on the field right now. So Melvin Ingram down on the field here at the moment as we welcome you guys over to the stream. So Melvin Ingram looks like it could be a possible neck injury as he is down on the field. Wow, you guys have 80 players. Wow, that's quite a bit of players compared to like other teams. Like some of the other teams I know for like football, they had like 35, 40 players for some of the teams, for the smaller teams in Mass. So yeah, you guys must be D1 then for football. 3rd and 1 coming up. But yeah, I'm kind of familiar with that area where Exeter is. It's kind of towards Hampton Beach, so we travel right through Route 125 heading up through New Hampshire. Kingston, Brentwood, Epping, Plowstow. So yeah, that is in the ball range of where you guys are at. That's awesome, man. 3rd and 1 coming up. So we're back to action here. Ingram was injured, taken off the field for the Chargers. They're in the I formation. They take the snap. Back to pass, right side. That one complete. Down the right side to the end zone, diving out, and the Raiders get the touchdown. There's a flag in the play. We'll check the penalty flag. Right now the score is 16-14. Oh, there you go. You live in Hampton. That's awesome. Hampton's such a nice community, man. It's fantastic. Yeah, I've been to Hampton Beach before. When I go up to like Portsmouth or Kittery or someplace in Maine, we always travel like down Route 1 in Hampton. That is offsides by the Chargers. That is a touchdown. It will stand by the Raiders. Derek Carr rolling out to his right and finding on the play is fullback Alec Ingold for the touchdown reception. So right on the seacoast. That's fantastic there. Yeah, basketball is... It depends on what sport you like. Basketball is a fun sport, too. All depends on what type of sport you like, and if there's 80 players or so, like, I can only imagine, like, that's crazy for a team up in New Hampshire to have 80 players, compared to probably, like, the smaller teams that have, like, 35 or so. Like, 35, 30 players. I bet you're hitting at that, like, way up in New Hampshire towards the White Mountains. Ingold on the touchdown reception. We're taking a look at where the spot of the knee was, though, in the last play. We got 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Okay, so this play is under review now, guys. So this play is under review to see where his knee was down on the reception for the touchdown. I thought it counted, but they're taking a look at it upstairs. So currently we're just on a commercial break. We'll head right back into the stream here in a matter of minutes, as we're on YouTube, we're on Sportscaster tonight, calling play-by-play for you guys. So right now we're just on commercial break, everybody. Wow, so yeah, I'm surprised that Yeah, it's across state borders. I'm surprised that your team hasn't played like Ryan's team, because you guys are actually like pretty close together, or so. Because he lives in Maine, you're from New Hampshire. You guys are pretty close together there as far as like the New Hampshire-Maine border. Mr. Teno's coach said that he'd bench him for good if he doesn't show up on Saturday. Man, sorry to hear that, dude. So sorry to hear that. Wow. So you, yeah, man. Sorry so much to hear that your coach will bench you. Yes, some coaches take it like way too seriously. Like they don't even let you have like days off. That seems like that type of coach there, like a jerk type of coach. I think he plays for Thornton Academy in Saco, Maine. So I think he plays for a team in Saco, Maine. So that's not too far from where you guys are in New Hampshire. Yeah, there are some jerk coaches out there for sure, and I bet that that's your coach. Unfortunately, you got that type of coach. I would definitely agree with you then that you'd rather play basketball after having this coach for this season. But yeah, that's awesome. So we have a fellow New Englander in the chat. It's awesome to have you guys here on the channel. A couple of my other subscribers are from Rhode Island. I'm not too far away from Rhode Island here. I do go up to New Hampshire a good amount of times in the summer. So I know like the whole like New Hampshire area like really well. So that's awesome. So Derek Carr only with 3 incompletions in the first half so far. He's 10 for 13, 83 yards passing. Here's the call on the field. Ingold is definitely in, so it is a touchdown. So Raiders get the touchdown with 20 seconds left to go before halftime. He plays for Thornton Academy in Saco, Maine. That's the team that he plays for. Here comes on the extra points. As here's the snap, the hold, the kick is dead center through the uprights. It is up and good. 17-14, Raiders lead it here with 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Hey, welcome in, Vaughn, my man. Thanks so much for joining me. Yeah, that was crazy Tuesday night. So, next time, Vaughn, when you come to my basketball channel, because I forgot to give you the, because you were, like, really recently new over to my basketball channel. I have to give you the blue wrench next time you go over to watch a basketball stream on the channel. That was insane. That was absolutely insane on Tuesday night. We got like 2.8K for views. The view count jumped up from like having 5 people at once to like having like I think 40 in the chat. The blue wrench is for moderators on the channel. So if anybody posts like anything inappropriate, they can like take them out or so. Because the basketball stream is crazy. I had like a bunch of people spamming the chat and stuff like that. I had to remove like, I think like 10 to 15 people, which was insane. This ball falls off the tee. They're going to get it right back on it in a second. 17-14 is the score. Chargers will get this football back with 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Raiders kick this football off. And the Chargers will take a knee at their end zone. So Chargers with 20 seconds left to go. I bet that they'll just take a knee. Okay, next basketball stream. I believe I'll be back tomorrow. It'll be an NBA game for you guys. I think it's going to be around 7 tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow night, Vaughn's busy. Hey, no problem, man. Feel free to stop by whenever. I should be doing Memphis versus Oregon on Tuesday for college, Vaughn. So if I'm able to be home around, I think it's like a 9 o'clock start time, Memphis versus Oregon. I should have that for you guys on Tuesday. So Vaughn, of course, big college hoops fan. I'll hit you up on that. I'm going to have to clean out like my computer here because it's so weird. Whenever I restart on the computer, like the fan goes wild like the first 5 minutes. So I'm going to have to blow out the computer on Saturday morning. As this play gets blown dead with 18 seconds left to go before halftime. Okay. Yeah, so he plays for Maine, since you guys are in different states. So he plays for Maine, you play, yeah, in New Hampshire, in New Hampshire. So they have different names by like every single state or so. So New Hampshire's is NHIAA. Okay. Because, yeah, I think Kingswood for football, I believe, is D2 for football in Wolfboro. So they don't play you guys because you guys are D1. They take the snap up the middle here to Gordon, about a 5-yard carry. So this clock will wind down to halftime. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the channel here as we have made it now at halftime. Hey, no problem, Mr. Tenno. Thanks so much for joining me here as we just reached halftime. If you guys are new to the channel, hit those thumbs up down below before you go. Hit that subscribe button as well. Oakland up 17-14 at half. So we'll get back to action here right after halftime. So Vaughn in the chat expecting Indiana to be ranked next week. As far as, let's see here. I haven't been keeping track of their football team this season. Let's bring up what Indiana has for their football team if they're good. Because usually they're never good at football for Indiana. Okay, Big Ten, Indiana. Oh, interesting. They are 7-2. Wow. 7-2 Indiana. So yeah, Vaughn. They have won 4 games in a row. They definitely deserve consideration for a team that plays in the Big Ten Conference. And that is interesting. They beat Ball State. I know that Panther loves Ball State. They beat Ball State in the season opener. They've won 4 games in a row against all 4 bottom teams in the Big Ten, though. Rutgers, Maryland, Nebraska, Northwestern. Oh, man. Remember when Maryland was ranked, like, in the top 25? They were nasty. I remember I was over at John's house a couple weeks ago. I was telling him, I was like, dude, remember when Maryland was, like, nasty for the first 2 weeks of the season? Where they beat Howard and beat Syracuse, but they've just done nothing now. So right now we're just on commercial break here. Yeah. Indiana did get crushed by Ohio State, but Ohio State is the #1 team in the college football rankings, and they got a huge game against Penn State, not this week, but the following week. That will be a big game for 7-2 Indiana against Penn State. So currently we're just on commercial break, everybody. Thank you guys so much for being a part here of the stream. We're on Sportscaster. We're on YouTube here calling this game tonight with a play-by-play. So let's see what's going on in the first half right now. Chargers with 16 first downs. Raiders with only 6 first downs right now. Thoughts about Indiana basketball? I think they could be borderline tournament this season. Last year they were in the top 25. They were a bubble throughout the entire season and couldn't get it together as they fell down late. Now, I think they're going to be bubble again, I feel like a 10 or 11 this season for Indiana. It all depends on how competitive that Big Ten is, and that Big Ten could be pretty competitive this season. Illinois and Penn State should be taking a step up. Penn State is borderline, like right outside the tournament. They should be like top of the NIT. And Illinois has a chance to be on the bubble and make it into the tournament, I feel like. But let's see. I'm going to bring up the college basketball scores from, like, what we've had throughout the past night or so here. Last night, too. Let's see what's going on right now. There's not too many good games tonight as far as college basketball. Clemson did win their game, 79-45. This is why Rutgers is just terrible this season. Rutgers beat Bryant 73-71. They beat Bryant Bulldogs from North Smithfield, Rhode Island, like one of the smallest colleges on the D1 circuit for college basketball, and they beat them by 2. That is embarrassing there for a Big Ten school to beat them by 2 points. But yeah, not really much going on for college basketball tonight. Last night, though, there were a couple of games that were crazy. North Carolina beat Notre Dame 76-65. Cole Anthony was on fire with 34 points. Freshman debut for a player from an ACC school there for a freshman debut. Virginia beating Syracuse last night, 48-34. 48-34, number 11 Virginia beat Syracuse. That is hilarious for a score. Arizona started out the season well, 91-52 over Northern Arizona. Ohio State beat Cincinnati 64-56. That was a good game. Both of those teams should be bound for the tournament. I know Cincinnati is unranked, but they are just outside the top 25 in my opinion, like 29-30 or so. Other games that went on throughout yesterday in college basketball, Purdue beat Wisconsin Green Bay. And then let's see here, Division 1. If I can take a look at the scoreboard here, what we had from last night. Let's see here. St. John's beat Mercer. Boston College beat Wake Forest. So Boston College beat Wake Forest 77-70. Yep, power conference teams should be beating teams like Wagner, like 100-45, and not 78-77 like Rutgers did. They won by 2 against Bryant out of all teams. Butler won their game against IUPUI 80-77. But yeah, these power conference teams need to be blowing out teams. One of these teams is Georgetown, a disappointment. Georgetown beat St. Mary's last night 81-68. They beat Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's, not the St. Mary's, Mount St. Mary's from the Northeast. They beat them 81-68. That is it. Other games that went down in college basketball last night, since we're at halftime here, we're looking at stuff right now. This is my surprise of the night from last night. Pittsburgh beating Florida State 63-61. So Pittsburgh won against Florida State last night by 2. Pittsburgh was at the bottom of the ACC last season. Florida State got into March Madness. I think Florida State was a number 6 seed. And they almost lost to Vermont in the first round of the tournament. But Florida State was able to win that game. So, yeah, Florida State was a higher seed. I think, they played against Vermont. I don't think they were a 6, actually. They might have been a 4. Yeah, I think they were a 4 seed last season. Yeah, that was a 4 versus 13 matchup. By the way, Oklahoma State beat Oral Roberts last night by 5, 80-75. That was the score. That was a close one. Oklahoma State almost lost that game. And as far as other games that went down, this one's embarrassing. Stanford only beating Montana by 11. They should be blowing out them 73-62. UCLA, by the way, matter of fact here, UCLA was only to win by 4 points against Long Beach State. That one too, they should be blowing them out by 20. UCLA won 69-65 against Long Beach State last night. They should be blowing up that team. So right now we're just on halftime break. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Sportscaster and YouTube as I call play-by-play here, football action on the stream for tonight as we welcome you guys all in here to the broadcast. Currently we're on commercial break. We will head back in a matter of moments here right after this halftime break is finished. Thank you guys so much for being a huge part of the channel tonight. So let's see what's going on in the first half. Going to take a look at the numbers. Chargers with 16 first downs. The Raiders with only 6 first downs. Total plays, Chargers leading in that category too. 36 total first downs by the Chargers compared to only 21 by the Raiders. Other stuff going on in this game. Chargers outgaining the Raiders in total yardage. 185-100. And the penalties have killed Oakland. Three separate penalties on offsides penalties by Oakland, which have killed them. They are having now 8 penalties at halftime for 77 penalty yards. The Chargers leading the total time of possession to 19 minutes to 11 minutes so far. So that is the total time of possession as we're at halftime right now. Thank you guys so much for joining me on the Sportscaster stream on YouTube. Vaughn here in the chat pointing out on YouTube, the owner of the Big Ten needs to kick out Rutgers. They don't belong in the Big Ten. Big Ten is a conference for competing. Yep. Yeah, Rutgers needs to move back to the American where they started out with, because it is not even competitive here. If they want to make a run for a tournament or at least be like bowl eligible every season, they need to move elsewhere in order to be more competitive. That is something that Rutgers needs to do. It's something that DePaul needs to do. DePaul should be in the American too. They, I don't get it. They should put Maryland to be in the Big East. They should put Maryland in the Big East. And then for the Big Ten, remove Rutgers, because Maryland is playing against teams that aren't even close. Whereas in the Big East, they would be playing against teams like Georgetown, Villanova, teams that's close by. So that's the thing I don't understand. And then, yeah, for the Big Ten, I feel like they should put Creighton into the Big Ten, because that's more that area. Nebraska, to have Nebraska versus Creighton, that would be a good matchup there. Nebraska versus Creighton, Iowa. There's teams out there. Michigan State, Ohio State, Creighton's nearby, all those teams. So yeah, right now we're just on commercial break here. We are at halftime, 17-14 Oakland. Took the lead right before halftime in this game. Derek Carr only 3 incompletions at half, 10 for 13 passing. 83 yards through the air, a touchdown pass. Rivers, 9 for 14, a touchdown pass. 2 picks, he was lucky. He didn't throw a third one right before this halftime. Josh Jacobs struggling on the ground, though. He hasn't really had much opportunities. 5 carries for 19 yards. Oakland has barely possessed the football for only 11 minutes in that first half. The Chargers possessing it for 19 minutes in the first half. Melvin Gordon, 15 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown run by Gordon. And as far as receiving tonight, the leading receiver, Keenan Allen, 4 receptions. Hunter Henry is the leading receiver, actually, looking at this line. 4 receptions, 30 yards. Keenan Allen, 3 catches, 17 yards. Wow. Rutgers to the Atlantic 10. That is a really good possibility there, Vaughn. Yeah, that is more like it. Rutgers to the Atlantic 10 to try to take on teams like VCU, URI, if they can even beat URI. They couldn't even beat the worst team in Rhode Island, never mind in all college basketball usually, is the Bryant Bulldogs. They are usually ranked out of the 351 teams in Division I basketball in the past. I believe now there's 353. So they added 2 more teams for this season. But out of like the 350 something from the past, Bryant has been like down there, like deep 340s, like 350. That is how bad that Bryant has been. They only turned like D1 like around a decade ago or so. Same as UMass Lowell. UMass Lowell turned D1 like in the early 2010s. And now there's a new Division I team this season that's UMass Lowell's rival. It's called Merrimack College. They'll be playing in the Northeastern Conference, I think, the NEC, along with UMass Lowell. And that's where they'll be playing, I think, for this upcoming season. Just gonna see. So, here. They don't even have them on the list, I don't think, for college basketball. But it's called Merrimack College. They lost their first game. Hey, what is good? Welcome in, Brent, once again. Saying Raiders got some Gruden grinders tonight. Yeah, too many penalties there by the Raiders tonight in this game. But still, they lead it. They could be crushing the Chargers, though, actually, if they didn't have a bunch of these offside penalties in this game so far. Hey, welcome back, Ryan. You just watched the film from the 69-0 game. Almost 0 plays went well for them. Ouch. Type in on YouTube, guys. Go to YouTube, type in New Hampshire versus Curry. Watch the 4-minute highlight video from that game right there of my former alma mater that I went to, Curry College, against New Hampshire in college basketball. Yeah, it didn't go so well for them on Tuesday in the season opener. Curry lost that game. I think the final score was like 93-27 or something. They were down. They were losing at halftime 53-8. I don't even know why in the world do they do that? Like they shouldn't even be doing that, having Division III teams playing games against Division I that counts. So type in on YouTube if you guys were like New Hampshire versus Curry. You should be able to get a video on like a short highlight, like 3 or 4 minute highlight film clip from that. Yeah, Jesus is right. Those games shouldn't even count. Like, they're a Division III school. Like, the tallest player in their basketball team, 6'4", and they're playing against a Division I team that their tallest player is like 6'8", 6'9". It doesn't even make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. Like, I know Rhode Island College is a D3 team. They held on an exhibition game against URI, but it didn't count. that game didn't count. It was played before the college basketball opener in November. It was played on like October 20-something. But Curry versus New Hampshire, for some reason, they put it on the actual schedule for November and they count the game. It doesn't make sense at all. Like, you can't do that. D3 teams play D3 teams. D1 teams play D1 teams. Doesn't matter anything. The only thing that'll matter on is when you lose on the season, when you can't make it into March Madness because they saw that you play the D3 team. As we're back to action, Chargers with a kickoff. They take it past the 20 to the 25, down at the 27. So Chargers will get the football here, back to action. Wow, so Ryan never missed a block in that game and multiple touchdowns. Probably the best of his career. Wow, that's fantastic there, man. That is awesome. Keep up the good work. So here we are back to this game. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers. Got ourselves a tight matchup here. Chargers were leading 14-10, but the Raiders with a touchdown by their fullback on the reception from Derek Carr right before halftime with 20 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Raiders with a football ace formation. Oh, Raiders with the ball here. They take the snap. They're going to hand it off, right side counter, and they take it to about the 30. So Oakland has the ball first. That's Josh Jacobs on the carry for about a gain of 3. 2nd down and 7 coming up here on the field. Thank you guys so much for being a part here to stream tonight. I don't think they're that good at volleyball, Ryan. So I don't think they're that good at volleyball. They did make baseball. They did make the NCAA tournament when I was a freshman in college. That pass gets batted down at the line of scrimmage by Carr. The best sport, though, for Curry has to be their hockey team. They're actually really good at hockey. I went to a bunch of their hockey games when I was at college, and they're really good at hockey. They've made it to, like, the playoffs, like, a bunch of times into the tournament for hockey. They've had, like, solid seasons with over, like, 25 to 30 wins in a couple of those seasons. Shotgun formation here for the Raiders. So they have it from their own 30. Carr now in a 3rd and 7. Takes the snap from the pocket back to pass. Passes short left side. Complete. Turns upfield past the 40 here. And they get it for the 1st down. That's a gain of 14 on the catch. So the wide receiver on the play happened to be number 13, Hunter Renfrow. And he gets the reception for the 1st down. There's a flag down on the field. We'll check the flag. Yeah, that's usually the only, like, good thing that Curry is good at for my college is hockey. Basketball, they're terrible. They are the worst college in the history of basketball right now, I believe. Because D3 is as low as you can go, and they are the worst college as far as basketball. They went 0-26 my sophomore year in college. And then my senior year in college, they went 1-25. So, their basketball program's been terrible now, like, ever since, like, 2013, I think. They've only won like 6 or 7 games since like 2013. That's how bad they are. That was a penalty by the Chargers on the play. So I formation here. The Raiders have it at the 41 of Chargers territory. Handoff to Jacobs past the 40. And they get it to about the 39. Yeah, Maine won their first game. I think they beat Merrimack. So Merrimack is a new Division I team that just played their first D1 game. Yep, so Merrimack 84-64. Yeah, I actually might go to the game for Maine on Saturday, because my girlfriend, she lives like, or no, that's on Sunday. My girlfriend lives like 10 minutes away from Harvard, so we might actually check out that game against Harvard. Maine plays Harvard on Sunday, but that'll be pretty cool if I do go see it. They take the snap, Carr back to pass, launches left side, downfield, and what a catch. At the 11-yard line by the tight end, Darren Waller. So, yeah, Maine against Harvard next. Harvard could be in the tournament. They are my pick at a dark horse this season. This is the best Harvard team that's projected. They are right outside the top 25 right now. John hates Harvard. Yeah, I can only imagine that, too. Yeah, he always wanted to go to UMass. I don't blame him, man. UMass is so much cheaper than all the other schools, like a lot of private colleges out there. But he went to a state college in Worcester State. They were D3, though. UMass is D1. 1st and 10 coming up. 12.5 left to go in the 3rd. As Carr rolls out to his right. Back to pass. Looking left. Still rolling out right now. And at the 20. He's going to roll out. He's going to shovel. It goes out of bounds. That was to nobody on the play. Nobody. Stops the clock. 12:22 left to go here in the third quarter. Oh, Gruden was wanting a timeout on the sideline and didn't get it. 2nd and 10 coming up. 12:22 left to go here. That was a botch play because Gruden wanted to take a timeout. Nobody knew what route they were running on the field. So, yeah, Harvard plays against Maine next. I think that's November 9th is the game. What's that? That is Saturday. Because that's a handoff up the middle past the 10 to the 5-yard line. Josh Jacobs. What I was saying mid-sentence there, November 9th is the game for Rhode Island versus Maryland. That should be a good one. Because that is one of my teams that I cheer for. It's Rhode Island versus the Rhode Island Rams. And they take on Maryland, which is like a top 15 team in college basketball. So I'm interested to see how they hold up against them. Don't expect them to win, but I want them to put together at least like a competitive close game is what they can do. 3rd and 2 coming up here inside the 5-yard line at the 4 for the Raiders now. They have it in the gun with Carr, the quarterback. Takes the snap. Back to pass by Carr. Looking right, looking left. Pass to the end zone. Overshoots his wide receiver, Zay Jones, incomplete. Is Boston College hard? I honestly don't know. I'm pretty sure it must be hard to get in there. Like, you need probably, like, SAT scores of, like, 1,800 plus because that is, like, a Catholic school. So, I bet that they're pretty hard. Harder than the other ones. A lot of those Boston metro area colleges are hard. So, that pass incomplete on the 3rd down brings up a 4th and 2 from the right hash. Daniel Carlson coming on to attempt a 22-yard chip shot here for the Raiders with 11.5 left to go. Carlson on to attempt the chip shot. Snap, hold, kick, up, and through. It is good. They extend the lead to 6. 20-14 to score here. Chargers will get the football back in a matter of moments here after commercial break. Ryan here saying, haven't been to the tournament since 2011 for Maine. Okay. It feels like way longer than that. Wow, so that's the last time for Maine's been 2011. Yeah, because every single time, they're from the America East. Yeah, so America East there with New Hampshire, Maine, Stony Brook. I feel like every single season, it's either Vermont or Stony Brook that makes the tournament. Vermont, Stony Brook, or Binghamton. Those are like the 3 teams, or Albany some of the times that makes the tournament there. It's usually those 4 teams most of the time. But you usually never see a New Hampshire or UMass Lowell make the tournament. UMass Lowell has only been playing for about like 10 years at D1. Yeah, Maine always seems to be last, same as New Hampshire there for college basketball. The women's college basketball, Ryan saying, has been in as a 15 or 16 2 years in a row. Wow, so that's good for you guys. Vaughn wants to go to UC Berkeley. That's awesome. So yeah, keep up those dreams, Vaughn. You might go to a D1 school. Maybe something like a Gonzaga or a St. Mary's. Something cool that would be good at sports. A Pepperdine. Going to Pepperdine would be interesting. It's right on the coast of Malibu, I heard. Yeah, maybe this year will be different. Maybe this year Maine can change things around. My closest, like the D1 college that's closest to me, the Brown Bears, they have an actual game against Duke at the end of December, I think. They play the Duke Blue Devils. Brown does. Like, that is going to be a ridiculous score. Like 100-59. Brown had their best season, though, last year. They got like a 20-plus win season. They went to the CBI tournament for the first time ever. They went into postseason play and won a game. They beat South Florida. They didn't beat South Florida. They beat somebody else, but South Florida did win a game too, because I remember somebody was telling me that South Florida won a game and Brown did. Let's see, who did Brown win? If I can bring that up for you guys. I want to know. 2018, 2019. I went to a game last year to see the Brown Bears. Yeah, they finished with a record of 20-12. 20-12 last season. They just missed out on the 4-team Ivy League playoff. Oh, they beat UAB. Yeah, they beat UAB. That's who they beat. Vaughn saying here, closest D1 school, Pacific. You live just 30 minutes away from it is. Okay, yeah, so Pacific made the NCAA tournament back in, I'm guessing here, 2004, I think. And they beat Providence in the first round. Let's see here. Pacific record by year. I want to kind of see how they did. As this ball gets kicked off, Raiders are leading up by 6 with 11.5 left to go in the third. Chargers take it out of their own end zone, pass the 10-15 down the right sideline to the 25-30, dragged out of bounds around the 40. We do have a penalty flag on the field, though. We'll check the penalty flag. Okay, holding on the receiving team. Okay, so holding here on the play. It's going to have 11:27 left to go. So let's see our postseason for Pacific. Last time they went to the tournament was in 2013. They got crushed by Miami in the round of 64. But yeah, it was 2014. They beat Providence 66-58. And I think Pacific was like a number 4 seed, or number 13 seed, and Providence was the 4 seed, and nobody was expecting that at all. Like, Providence was a top 15 team and lost that game. 1st and 10 coming up for the Chargers. They hand it off to Gordon. Gordon past the 10 to at the 15. He's chopped down. It's going to be about a 2nd down and 6 coming up here for the LA Chargers with about 11 minutes left to go in the third. Second and 5 coming up. I'd like to see some more teams from New England to make the March Madness tournament, like, all together. That'd be fantastic. Shotgun formation right now. They take the snap. Back to pass by Rivers. And he gets sacked. Drop back at the 7. Oakland coming up with a sack with a 3rd down coming up. 3rd down and a mile coming up with under 11 left to go in the third, as the Raiders converge on Phillip Rivers. Coming off the edge of the play, Clellan Ferrell. He has made up for his offsides penalties earlier in this game with a sack right there. 3rd and 12 coming up now from the shotgun formation for the LA Chargers. Chargers on the 3rd and 12 from the gun, about to take the snap here in just a moment. They do. Back to pass from the end zone. Rivers airs this one out. That one complete. Oh no, incomplete. Bobbled and juggled and incomplete on the play. Mike Williams almost had it in his hands but couldn't hold on to it as it is dropped. They'll bring up now a 4th and 12, a punting situation from their own end zone. Yeah, Mike Williams looking for a flag in the last play and couldn't get one. Vaughn saying there, that is a no for going to Stanford. Yeah, I don't blame you. You have to be basically perfect on your SAT scores to go to those prestigious colleges. That is a shanked punt, man. That is a bad one. It's going to get down at the 43 of Oakland, or LA territory. So 43 of LA territory for the Raiders when they get the football back, already with great field position at the 43 of LA territory. So come back out, Derek Carr, right after this commercial break. 20-14 is the score, as we'll head on to break. Alright, let's see here. Back to the chat right now. Ryan saying here, Maine football is 4-5. Yeah, that's not too bad compared to like other teams. You could be 0-9, which could be pretty bad right now. So they're not the Cincinnati Bengals of college football, so that's good. Maine played a team whose quarterback went 4 for 22 passing. Ouch. Oof. That is a big oof right there for that quarterback who went 4 for 22 passing. So yeah, right now on commercial break. By the way, Rutgers barely survived and has beaten the Bryant Bulldogs by 2 points in college basketball. So Rutgers from the Big Ten beats the Bryant Bulldogs from the NEC, a team that's usually at the bottom of the conference, by 2 points. That is embarrassing for Rutgers. And the game was at Rutgers' court, I think, too. So let's see. I'm just going to take a look at that college basketball scoreboard. And yep, it was today. So that game is gone final 73-71. Bryant outscored Rutgers in the second half 41-35 too. That game was, yeah, it was called the Garden State Showcase. So it must have been at Rutgers' home court. I can only imagine, right? Yep, Rutgers Athletic Center in Piscataway. Yep. But yeah, looking at some of the standings so far, the biggest surprise at college basketball was Florida State losing to Pittsburgh last night. That had to be the biggest surprise. I'm just going to take a look at opening night and see here if there were any surprises to me. We're on commercial break right now. Oakland will get the football back. We're right back after commercial break. Let's see here if there were any surprises. All the ranked teams beat everybody. St. Mary's in Wisconsin. That was a great game. Went into overtime. I was looking forward to seeing that score, that one, and it lived up to its hype. Other than that, oh, there was an upset. Michigan beat Appalachian State 79-71 in college basketball. So Michigan won by only 8 points against Appalachian State. The upset, though, of the week for college basketball, I'm just going to see if I can bring it up for you guys in just a moment. 1st and 10 with 9:37 left to go in the third quarter. So they take the snap, hand it off up the middle to Jacobs. Jacobs loses 2 back to the 45 in the carry for Oakland. Where was it? I'm trying to get it up for you guys here with what that score was. And Brown had beaten Bryant on Tuesday 73-71. So how about this? Bryant has played 2 games so far this season. They have lost both of those games by the same score, 73-71 against Brown and Rutgers. That is something that you don't see there. 73-71 for both of those scores. 2nd and 11 coming up as the Raiders are up by 6. They have the football. They're in the ace formation. Going in motion towards the right side is Williams. They take the snap. Carr rolling out to the right. Shovel pass over to Jacobs. Past the 40. Moving tacklers along past the 35 to the 34. It's going to be a gain of 10 on the pickup. Actually, that was the running back, DeAndre Washington, who got that one. It's going to be a 3rd and 2 coming up. 3rd and 2 coming up here for the Raiders inside the Chargers territory around that 30-yard line. Let's see here. Back to the chats. Yeah, definitely. That would be awesome, Ryan, if Maine could play in March Madness. So that would be fantastic if Maine could be in March Madness someday. It's so tough for the mid-major schools because you can only have like 1 bid out of your conference. As that is a handoff up the middle. No gain on the play back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. So field goal situation coming up once again for the Raiders. Yes, this is a good game, Zachariah, indeed right now. Vaughn saying here that he could feel like he could go to UC Berkeley. That's awesome, dude. Follow your dreams and best of luck with your move in like 2 weeks or so. Best of luck, man, to that. 4th and 2 coming up with 8:10 left to go in the third quarter. As this is going to be a long field goal. 53-yarder from the right hash. The snap to hold. This field goal is up. This one is going towards the left. It is a miss by Carlson, wide left. So no points on the board on the field goal by Oakland. The Chargers will get the football back. Imagine if Appalachian State just beat Clemson. That would be crazy, Zachariah. That would be insane. Yep, so Ryan saying the only team that Maine plays is Virginia, the reigning champs. Ouch. Yeah, Brown plays Duke in college basketball. That's going to be a blowout. Those types of games are always like types of blowouts. We're on commercial break right now. Chargers will take over the football when we do get back after this commercial break. So yeah, I actually might be going to see Virginia play college basketball this season. There's something that's at Mohegan. Yeah, it's at Mohegan Sun Casino in late November. It's called the Armed Forces Tip-Off, and they have it at Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. And it's a 4-team tournament with Arizona State, Virginia, UMass, and St. John's. And I'm hoping to go to that, actually, if I'm around that day. Do I think the Steelers can win the division? That will be a no, Zachariah. It's all the Ravens division now. So the AFC North will belong to the Ravens. That is for sure. But the Steelers, to get to the wild card, that is a different case here. The Steelers have a chance to get to the wild card, too. it'll be interesting to see if they can upset the Rams. The Rams are another team trying to get to the wild card too, but I feel like when push comes to shove in the NFL, I feel like the NFC West will get 3 teams into the playoffs. The 49ers to win the division if they hold on, the Seahawks and the Rams to get the 2 wild card spots for the 5 and the 6. How about the AFC South? I think there's going to be 1 wild card team from the AFC South, so the AFC South will be close. I think Houston will get it now since T.Y. Hilton is out for the next 3 weeks or so. So Houston should be able to keep control of the AFC South. It's going to be close, though. Indy should still be able to get a wild card. And the other wild card I feel like will belong to Buffalo. So, Indy and Buffalo, but it's going to be interesting to see. The other teams in the kind of like the mid-pack AFC, the Jaguars are there, but the Steelers too. But I think they'll be left outside 7 and 8 for those teams, the Jags and the Steelers. Trying to see if there was like any big upsets in college basketball the other night. Oh, this is the upset I was looking at. Okay, the Pennsylvania Quakers beat the Alabama Crimson Tide in basketball. 81-80. That game was on Tuesday. Alabama was supposed to be good this season. They have Nate Oates as head coach from Buffalo. They were supposed to be good. Nate Oates led his team to the tournament last year for the Buffalo Bulls in like a 31 season, but Alabama lost their first game of the season against a team from the Ivy League, the Pennsylvania Quakers, by 1 point. As we're back to action here. They handed off to Eckler up the middle, no gain on the carry, bring up a 2nd and 10. Chargers with a football from their own 43-yard line. Oh man, so the Oakland Raiders now will be moving to Las Vegas. So that means the end of an era here in the NFL for football games played on the baseball field. So the end of an era of the Oakland Alameda Coliseum after that season. And that means that no more football games played on the baseball field in the month of September. 7:15 left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun formation right now for the Chargers. Rivers takes the snap play action. Back to pass by Rivers. He's going to air this one out deep down the middle. Get a man open in. No good. Incomplete on the play. Just a step out of the reach of Mike Williams as Phillip Rivers overshot him. 3rd and 10 coming up. Ryan Sandier, Maine's best player, Andrew Fleming, who dropped 37 versus Merrimack. Wow, that's awesome. Andrew Fleming with a great start there for Maine to start out the season. We'll see how this college basketball season goes. Hopefully we can have some new teams in the tournament, some new faces in there. UMass played UMass Lowell yesterday. UMass only beat UMass Lowell by like 14. So the King UMass Amherst needs to be crushing UMass Lowell. Never mind the other 2 teams. They don't play them though because they're D3. UMass Boston, UMass Dartmouth. As Rivers back to pass. Oh! He got stripped of the football, loses it, but coming on the football is his offensive lineman. 6:57 left to go in the third quarter. Rivers was stripped in the pass. There's a flag down in the play. Fumble is the throwing on the field. Holding by the offense. So that penalty has been declined. Holding by the offense, number 66 for the Chargers, as that was Feeney on the holding call. Rivers was very lucky he didn't lose that football. That could have led to disaster. He was stripped on the play of the ball, and his offensive lineman came down with it. Oh, man, the Raiders almost had it. They almost had it. They had one hand on the football. Chargers will put this ball away in a 4th and 24, standing back at their own 15-yard line. They get the snap. They booted away with a pressure coming right for them. Raiders back to return at their own 30. Pass the 35 here. Take it up. Split some tacklers. And they keep on going backwards. They had a chance to get past the edge. Instead, they went backwards, and they're dragged down at the 28. So that's where the Raiders will take over on their 28-yard line. We'll get back to action here on the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight on the play-by-play. 20-14 to score here. Commercial break right now. Zachariah in the chat pointing in the NFC, the seeds will be the 49ers first. Packers second, wild card spots. Vikings and the Seahawks. Vikings versus Seahawks. And Rams versus Cowboys. So yeah, there are a lot of those teams going up against it for the wild card. So Vikings will get a wild card. And the Rams and the Seahawks will get... Let's see here. So Packers will win the North. Oh, we don't have an NFC South in there, Zachariah. So no NFC South we have. So what about the Saints? So is this because Saints? I think you're missing in that list right there because you have 3 NFC West teams and then 2 for the North. You would need because there needs to be 2 wildcard teams and you have the 4 division leaders: the East, the North, the South, the West. Vaughn saying he's applying to Pacific, UC Berkeley, San Jose State, Fresno State, Pepperdine, and Mount St. Mary's. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. So, there you have it. D1 programs all over the map for you, Vaughn. So, yeah, at least you didn't apply to Santa Clara. So, Santa Clara isn't too good at sports as far as basketball. Surprised you didn't... Oh, no, Gonzaga's in Washington, I was going to say for a second. Why didn't you apply to Gonzaga? But Gonzaga's in Washington, not California. How about San Diego State? San Diego State, too, if you're down in that area. Should apply for that. There's other ones, too, like Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Northbridge, Cal State Long Beach. There's a bunch of colleges, too. But it all depends where you live in California, Vaughn. What are the AFC playoff spots? I'll stick with the Patriots still at 1. Patriots 1, Ravens 2. Chiefs at 3, Texans at 4, and then 5 would be, I'll say Buffalo at 5. They do have a really easy schedule coming up that they're most likely to run the table and probably come away with only like 3 or 4 losses at the end of the season because of how easy that schedule is. And then number 6 would be Indy. And then after that, I would say 7 and 8 would be the Steelers and the Jaguars, just left outside. Oh, wow, Zachariah already, 12 years old. He gets an offer from Michigan State. Congrats, man. That is incredible, dude. As the Raiders have the football, we're back to action. Ace formation from their own 32-yard line. They swing it towards the left side into the hands of Jacobs. Slips past a tackle, 35-40, gets the first down. Dragging tacklers all along to the 45-yard line with 6.5 left to go in the third. That is fantastic. Congrats to you, my man. 12 years old, getting offers from college football programs already. See, that is something we don't have in New England. Because we just have rec sports here that people just never scout up in this area. Like, people don't scout players from, like, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont. They don't do that. They do that all over the map, though, in Texas, North Carolina, Ohio, California. They scout all these types of players here, but not in the Northeast corridor in New England. Ace formation coming up. As they take the snap, hand it off up the middle. That's about a gain of 3 to about the 47. Oh, ouch there. Christmas time, Maine has to travel at Hawaii. Ouch. Yeah, Rhode Island last year played in the Maui Invitational. They had to travel all the way to Hawaii for that game. That is a penalty on the Chargers, by the way, on the field. We have 5:45 left to go in the third quarter. That would be interesting if Hawaii did have a football team. What, like, the schedule would be for those types of games. That'd be so interesting. 5.5 left to go in the third. Ace formation right now for the Raiders at the 47 of Charger territory. Carr, play action, back to pass. And he's going to get sacked from behind at the 47 backwards. Loss of 7 on the play. Oh, wow, Maine played... Yeah, this is what I mean. Maine played exhibition versus Husson University. And they played exhibition versus McGill. That is what New Hampshire should have done versus Curry. They should have played exhibition. That game shouldn't have counted towards the college basketball schedule. Let's see here. I'm gonna check what that New Hampshire schedule looks like, too. Because I have the Maine one up right now. Check it out to see these college basketball schedules. 2nd and 15 coming up. Shotgun formation for Derek Carr on a 2nd and 15 with 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. They take the snap. Back to pass. Carr, pass across the middle. That one is a catch. Back to the 47. That is a gain of 7. Back to their original spot of the football. 3rd and 10 coming up now on the field. So Zachariah said that Hawaii would need a football team in the NFC South. Wow, that would be such a travel time to go all the way to Honolulu for the Panthers, for the Falcons, for the Saints, and for the Buccaneers going all the way to Hawaii. Shotgun formation, 5 wide here at the 47 of Charger territories. We approach 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Carr from the gun, 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. He takes the snap. Back to pass. Carr screens it over and drop pass on the play by Darren Waller, the tight end. It's going to bring up a punting situation, a 4th down here on the field. Let's see here. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Maine plays against Washington. Wow, so Ryan here. Maine plays against the University of Washington, the Washington Huskies, at Seattle. Oh, man, I'm looking at their schedule now. They have 2 tough games. They have like a huge Pacific Northwest trip here. They play against the University of Portland, and then they play against the Washington Huskies. As the Raiders will punt away this football right now. Chargers are back. They call for a fair catch from their own 21. So that's where the Chargers will have the football here. We got a good game here tonight, 20-14. Not a whole lot of offense in the second half, but we're going to get right back after this commercial break. Yeah, and then Maine plays at Virginia. Wow, so Maine plays at Virginia. They should be able to win against Dartmouth, though, when they play Dartmouth. Dartmouth College hasn't been good in basketball since, like, 1940. They've had a tournament drought. They have, like, a 58-year tournament drought, I think, for the Dartmouth Big Green from the Ivy. Let's see here. Back in the chat does... Oh, so Vaughn's sister wants to go to UCLA. There you go, Vaughn. Too bad she didn't go there in the 70s. That's where they were the king of basketball with, like, all those players there. I think Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the 70s for UCLA. That was crazy with all the championships they had back then. 1st and 10 coming up. Chargers with the football. Rivers back to pass. Gonna air this one out deep down the middle. Going up for the jump ball. Got it at the 40 to the 38-yard line. What a catch on the play there by Mike Williams of the Chargers. Finally, we have a gigantic pass with 3:40 left to go in the third. Does non-conference count towards season record? Yep. Yes, so that does. For college basketball, non-conference games counts towards season record. So those wins will count towards like a resume and stuff like that, where in order to get into the tournament, as Melvin Gordon gets this run, past the 30, breaks the tackle, 25-20, so nasty spin move at the 15, he's dragged down in the 1st down. Chargers are feeling it right now. Melvin Gordon with a nasty spin move at the 15 and picked up the 1st down. So yeah, non-conference record counts towards the regular season record, but the better the teams you play for non-conference, the likelier you are to get into the NCAA tournament, because they base your resume for the tournament, if you're a bubble team, off of strength of schedule. So every single like game counts. If you're playing like as that pass is complete to the 7-yard line, so 7-yard line, but it's all based off of strength of schedule to get into the tournament. So, for example, North Carolina State last year had the weakest strength of schedule in all of college basketball. They played like all these like terrible teams in their non-conference schedule. They had like a record of like 10-0 to start the season, and then they went 9-9 in the ACC. So then North Carolina State finished with a record of 21-9, and they did not make the tournament because they had the weakest schedule out of any team in college basketball, even though they play in the ACC. So that was a run up the middle, and no chance on that carry by Melvin Gordon as he lost like 3 on the play. So let's see here. Back to the chat. Zachariah saying AFC South is worse than Indy. You'll have to see this season. Oh, wow. Zachariah's mom went to Temple for track. Wow, that's awesome, man. All the way in Philly. That is cool. So a D1 school right there. UCLA, fight, fight, fight. Ryan saying based on solely the schedule. Yeah, I'm looking at main schedule. Washington and Virginia, those are 2 teams that should be in the tournament. So if they can like somehow be able to beat those teams, that would increase their chances big time. I don't think that there's a way at all that they'll be able to beat Virginia and Washington, though. But Portland, there's a good possibility, even though it's on the road against the Portland Pilots. That's a team from the WCC, so they play in the league with Gonzaga. That was a sack, by the way, that Rivers just took on the field. Why didn't I go to UConn? I just didn't want to go to Connecticut for college there. We have a minute 25 left to go in the third quarter. UConn should be better this season. They might make it into the tournament, actually. 1:25 left to go in the third. The crowd noise, a problem right now for Rivers with the football. Third and 11 with 1:20 counting down left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, 5 wide here for Rivers. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Eckler going in motion. Now he lines up 4 wide, lines up to the left side here, Rivers. 1:10 left to go on the clock. Rivers from the 16 takes the snap. Back to pass across the middle to the 10, and they go down around the 9-yard line. On the reception is Keenan Allen, short of the first down marker by 4 yards. They'll bring up a 4th down. So Rivers, he is furious that they went backwards after that big play, and he got sacked. How is Dwayne Haskins' playing style? Is not that great, Zachariah. Not that great in my mind. If he is forcing up footballs in double coverage, and the Redskins even regret picking him. Like, I don't even know why they picked him. I think he's going to be a big bust. As here is the kick by Badgley. This one is up. This one is through the upright. So we got ourselves a good game here, guys. 3-point game, 20-17 to score. We'll be right back into this one right after commercial break. We have like a minute left to go in the third. Rivers, 12 for 19, 2 interceptions thrown in the first half, and a touchdown pass to his tight end, Hunter Henry. Derek Carr, 15 for 22, 153 passing yards, and a touchdown pass. Yeah, Haskins is a running style type of quarterback. He just hasn't really been able to, like, break out with his opportunities this year. Like, all the opportunities that he's been able to get, he just hasn't been able to, like, capitalize on them. 25 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Yeah, Maine plays against Hawaii on Sunday, December 29th. Yeah, they have some tough games here. They play against UMass. They should be able to beat some of these teams definitely on their schedule. I'm looking at it right now. They should be able to beat, Maine Maritime. They will crush them. That's a D3 team, I think. They play UConn. Maine plays UConn. They have a tough strength of schedule. I'm looking at it, Ryan, right now. That's a kickoff towards Oakland. They take it past the 25 to about the 27-yard line on the return. That's where the Raiders will have the football at their own 27. They should be able to beat Dartmouth, though. UMass, that one could be a toss-up. And then they play, they have conference games here. It's all about the conference this season. Vermont's is supposed to be good again. Yeah, Jameis Winston, same thing. He's a mobile quarterback that can run too, but he doesn't have like breakaway speed out there like those guys do. Like nothing like Lamar Jackson. As that is a run up the middle for about a gain of 4 and a carry. Nothing like Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson, or a Pat Mahomes as a quarterback. But he can still run and throw. But this is it for Jameis Winston. This is it for this season because he's just had too many picks this season and the ball security has been a problem. 2nd and 6 coming up. We just ended the third quarter. So we have time down at the end of the third quarter right now. So, quarter number 4 coming up in this game here as we get back right after this commercial break. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I forget that the University of Hartford is even a school in the America East. I forget that they even exist. Yeah, I'm looking at New Hampshire's strength of schedule. This team could possibly go like 8-0 to start out the season. They have the easiest strength of schedule. So, flip side here, how Ryan was talking about how Maine had like one of the toughest schedules, playing Washington, Virginia, Hawaii, and UConn. I'm looking at UNH's schedule with New Hampshire right now, and they have such an easy schedule. They only have St. John's on their schedule. Other than that, they have Boston University, James Madison, Bryant, Florida International, Quinnipiac, Marist. They have UConn on their schedule, so that's another tough team for their standards. And then Dartmouth, and then Hartford. I mean, New Hampshire is a cupcake of a schedule here, and that game against Curry shouldn't even count. So talk about two different schedules between two bordering states. Who has the toughest schedule in the USA? As far as college basketball, Zachariah here saying Alabama. I honestly have no clue. I don't know, like, everybody's schedule for this season. Alabama does play North Carolina, though. They play some interesting teams. I'm looking at their college basketball schedule. They play Richmond on their college basketball schedule. I wouldn't say that a team from the SEC would have the toughest schedule this season. It would be like a Big Ten team, most likely. Let's see. I'm going to bring up Michigan State's schedule and see. It would have to be a Big Ten team, I would most likely guess. Somebody from the Big Ten. Yeah, I would say Michigan State looks like a tough schedule. They play Seton Hall. There's tougher schedules, I bet. They have yet to play Duke. They have yet to play Duke, too. Oh, they play Rutgers. Michigan State plays Rutgers on Sunday, December 8th. There you go, Vaughn. So we move into the fourth quarter right now in this game. Who's the best college football team? Zachariah putting Alabama. We'll see on Saturday. We will see what the best college football team is on Saturday. If it's LSU or Alabama or Ohio State, #1 in the college football playoff rankings. 2nd and 6 coming up. We're back to the field right now. Ball at the 34-yard line. As we start out the fourth quarter, Oakland takes the snap back to pass. Pass across the middle. Broken up. Incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended target, had it knocked away with 14:58 left to go in the fourth as we just started. Clemson didn't even make it into the college football playoff top 4. They put them at #5 and put Penn State in. Probably because of that 1-point win against UNC. But I'm still not sold about Clemson this season. But watch it be Clemson against Alabama again, once again. I like it to be Ohio State against LSU in the final. Hey, what is good? Procaccini Productions, my man. Thanks so much for joining me. They take the snap. Back to pass. Stepping out in the pocket. Left side. That one complete. So with the 47-yard line, the pass by Carr to his wide receiver right there. Gets Tyrell Williams in the play involved. So first down on the play by Oakland here. Yeah, Penn State is a bad basketball team, Vaughn is pointing out. This season, though, Penn State has a chance to make the tournament. I feel like Penn State will just miss it, Vaughn, though. I feel like Penn State will be in the NIT this year. Probably will miss the tournament. There's way too many good teams in that Big Ten conference. Shotgun formation. They take the snap up the middle. On the carry by Jacobs to midfield for a gain of 4. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6. Let's see here. Nebraska. Oh, Vaughn. By the way, Nebraska lost their first game in college basketball to UC Riverside. Nebraska lost that game to UC Riverside 66-47. A team from the Big Ten losing to California Riverside in college basketball. 2nd and 6 coming up. Ball at midfield here for the Raiders. Shotgun formation. Carr takes the snap, hands it off. Left side, HB draw to the 48. As that's a 2-yard carry by Jacobs. They'll bring up a 3rd and 4 coming up. Have I ever had fried chicken before? Yes, I have. I've gone to KFC a couple of times in my life, so I have had fried chicken before. We've gone to KFC. We have a Chick-fil-A about 20 minutes away. 13 minutes left to go in the ball game. 3rd and 5 coming up, and this has been a good game, 3-point game. 5 wide here by Carr. With a football from the shotgun. 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Carr takes the snap with 13 on the clock. Back to pass here from the pocket. Carr stepping up and he gets sacked. On the play, drop back at the 43. Yep. What in the world for Nebraska? Nwosu coming in for the sack by the Chargers. But Nebraska getting crushed to California Riverside in college basketball. That is just unfortunate there. Nebraska was ranked last season for, like, the first part of the season. They were ranked in, like, December and early January, and then they just got knocked out of the top 25. But that's a bad look for the Big Ten with Nebraska starting out awful this year. 4th and 12. Cole gets the snap, and he'll punt the... Oop, we got a penalty flag before this. Oh, homemade fried chicken. I don't think so, Zachariah. I think everything usually is baked for us. So we usually don't have homemade fried chicken. That usually comes from KFC. 12:25 left to go in the fourth quarter. 4th and 17 as that penalty flag will back up the Raiders even more. They get the snap. They'll boot this football away with 12 on the clock. And Chargers back to return it. They do from their own 11. Past the 15. Going and circling. Oh, they're backwards and then they go forward. At the 15, they get it down to about the 19. It's about 12 minutes left to go on the clock here when we get back into this game. Welcome in everybody on the channel tonight as I call play-by-play. Once again, Sportscaster and YouTube. Thank you guys so much for being a part here to stream. So currently we're just on a commercial break, everybody. We'll head right back into this game in a couple of moments. To welcome you guys in here to the stream right now. I'm going to take a look at some of the stats in this one. Derek Carr, only 8 completions, as he has completed 16 passes out of 24 attempts. 165 yards to the air. Touchdown pass by Carr in this game. Josh Jacobs, only 43 rushing yards so far tonight. Melvin Gordon, though, almost hitting 100 for the first time this season. He has 18 carries for 96 yards. Phillip Rivers with passing the football. He's been struggling tonight. 12 for 19. He's got sacked 4 times. He only has 155 passing yards, a touchdown pass, and 2 picks. This has been a low-scoring game here. Failing to move the football for these two teams. But the big play, though, by Rivers to Mike Williams was a 45 reception. The only catch by Williams tonight. Chargers with 18 first downs. Raiders with only 12. Low yardage game. 250 total yards by the Chargers, 193 in this one by the Raiders. The Raiders being kicked with penalties. They have 8 penalties in that first half, but they are clean here in the second half. By the way, Celtics crushed the Charlotte Hornets tonight. 108-87 was the final. Gordon Hayward finished with 20 points tonight for the Celtics in that game. 23 points by Jason Tatum, 14 points by Kemba Walker, 12 points by Jaylen Brown, but only 87 on the board to show for the Charlotte Hornets. 9 points by Brad Wanamaker. 12 points by Javonte Green from the bench. That is awesome to see Javonte Green, the young stud on the bench right there, as he was tearing it down in the Summer League to make a case for the roster. As far as the Charlotte Hornets, terrible day at the office by Terry Rozier against his former team, Boston. Terry had 26 minutes played, only 3 points, minus 14 on the court, as he shot the ball a dismal 1 for 11 from the floor tonight against his former Celtics team. So talk about Terry being the man, the point guard for the next team, wanting to get out of Boston, and he just struggles tonight entirely for Charlotte, trying to be the man as the starting point guard this season. 12:07 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Chargers have possession now. We're going to switch possession hours. Chargers with the football as they go in the ace formation. Keenan Allen moving in motion towards the left. Now towards the right, they take the snap. Rivers, play action, back to pass. Rivers steps up into the pocket. He is sacked once again. The Raiders converging on Rivers for sack number 5 tonight. Dropping him back. It'll be about a 2nd and 15 on the field. 11 and a half left to go here in the fourth quarter. Welcome in everybody to the stream tonight on Sportscaster and YouTube. 2nd down and long coming up for the Chargers as they trail by 3. Shotgun formation here for Rivers as he takes the snap. Back to pass. Screens it off left side here to Eckler. Eckler past the 20 to the 25. Dragged down at the 27. Got a flag down there. Might have been movement on the line. We'll check the flag. Do I do play-by-play for baseball? No. I only do play-by-play for football and basketball. Baseball is just, like, it's not really that great to follow as much as football and basketball. As far as watching baseball, it is a snooze fest, like how long the games are nowadays. And that penalty is offsides by Oakland. So still be second down. LA will move the ball up closer, though, as it'll be a second down in about 8 on the field. We have 11:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. Welcome in, everybody, to Sportscaster and YouTube tonight on the play-by-play. Have I ever ate bad fried chicken? No, I've never ate bad fried chicken before. I just saw that for some reason, which was in the chat earlier. 2nd and 8 coming up, 11:15 left to go in the fourth. Shotgun formation right now for the Chargers from their own 22. As they take the snap, back to pass in the pocket, they step up. They release across the middle to Allen, complete about the 25. We have under 11 left to go in the ball game right now. 3rd down and 5 coming up. Phillip Rivers under pressure, 1 for 5 tonight passing the football. It's been a struggle tonight for Rivers. Under pressure, 2 picks and 5 sacks he has taken in this game. 3rd and 4 coming up for Rivers. Shotgun formation right now for Phillip Rivers, the quarterback. He takes the snap. Back to pass by Rivers, across the middle, complete first down to Allen. Dragged down at the 32, gets it for the first down by Keenan Allen. 6-yard pass across the middle. Phillip Rivers to Keenan Allen picks up the first down. Shotgun formation once again, 1st and 10, under 10 left to go in the ball game. This game's moved fast tonight, as they will hand it off once again here to Melvin Gordon, as he loses 1 on the carry. Melvin Gordon lost a 1, brings up a 2nd and 11 here on the field, as he is under 100 yards at 95 rushes. 95 rushing yards in this game tonight. Let's see here. Do I think that the Bears should get Teddy Bridgewater? Yeah, they really do need to invest in some type of quarterback other than Trubisky. I would say Teddy Bridgewater is one of the top 1 that's in need of a starting position on the market. So I would say, yeah, with that type of defense, he can definitely help out the team a lot more than Trubisky. That pass left side. Williams wants a flag, and he does get one. The flag comes down in the secondary with 9:15 left to go in the fourth. Yes, Vaughn's girlfriend is playing very well this week in golf. That is golf that Vaughn's girlfriend plays well in. His imaginary girlfriend. That is a pass interference penalty in the secondary by Oakland. It is on number 20 for the Raiders. That is Darryl Wally, and it will be an automatic first down by the Chargers, as Wally was dragging onto the right arm right there. 1st and 10 coming up, 9:15 left to go in the fourth quarter. And a great game tonight, 20-17 the score. The score tells it all. It's been a different type of game. These offenses hasn't really exploded with these two teams. It's just been interesting to watch. As that's an HB toss right side here to Eckler, past the 40, 45, and dragged down around the 47. 3 yards shy of the first down marker, brings up a 2nd and 3. It's okay. He'll get one in the future. He'd hope to get one in the future. Only to hope. I see that his future is very bright. 2nd and 5 coming up here on the field. Shotgun formation for the Chargers right now. Rivers going back up to the line with 8:35 left to go in the fourth quarter. Rivers 5 wide, empty backfield, 2 to the right, 3 to the left. He takes the snap. Rivers back to pass, passes crosser, complete to Allen, 45-40 down the left side here, 35-30, dragged down from behind at the 22-yard line. We do have a flag down on the play. This might have been a pick play by the Chargers. And it's an offensive holding call by the Chargers. So this play on the long reception for around 33 or so on the play will not count because of the holding penalty in the offensive line by the Chargers. So this one they take away the big reception and they back them up. Second and 15 coming up, 8:20 left to go in the fourth quarter right now. Rivers out of the gun here at his own 38-yard line. 10 penalties by Oakland tonight, 8 penalties by the Chargers. Rivers goes up to the line of scrimmage. We have 8 minutes even left to go in the ball game. Rivers from the gun takes the snap. Back to pass. Rolling out to his left. Passes left side. Complete first down. Past midfield. Allen turns up here 40. Out of bounds at the 37. Nice reception by Keenan Allen for the first down. 7:52 left to go here in the fourth quarter. This has been a good game, everybody, tonight. First and 10 coming up, 7.5 left to go in the game. They take the snap play action. Pass across the middle, incomplete on the play. We do have a flag down in the secondary. We'll check the flag. This one appears to be on Oakland. In the secondary, by the way, by number 25, Eric Harris. Eric Harris holding on to Hunter Henry as the ball was intended for him. Yep, pass interference on the play. So penalty on the Raiders on pass interference. That's a automatic first down coming up for the Chargers. 7:30 left to go in the fourth quarter. 7.5 left to go in the ball game right now. Thank you guys so much for being a part here of the channel tonight. First and 10 for LA right now. Gordon in the backfield at the 28-yard line of Raiders territory. They take the snap, handoff, up the middle to Gordon. Gordon about to gain a 2 on the carry. Will bring up 2nd and 8. Chargers are dominating the football time of possession today in this game. They are crushing it as far as time of possession in tonight's game here for the Chargers. Looking at that number, over possession of 30-plus minutes tonight by the Chargers compared to 22 by the Raiders. Under 7 left to go in the ball game. 2nd and 7 coming up for LA. They have it at the 25-yard line. Shotgun formation, 5 wide. They take the snap. Somebody might have moved early on the line. This pound pass across the middle. Complete first down to Keenan Allen. Or no, Mike Williams gets the catch. First down, gain of 11. I thought that there was movement on the line by the Chargers, but they didn't call it. First and 10, 6.5 left to go in the fourth quarter. I definitely thought there was movement. Yeah, I thought so. 78 at the right edge. First and 10. Chargers, 8 plays, almost 6 minutes off of time off this clock right now. Hey, welcome in, Ryan. Thanks so much, my man. Yes, we got a good game indeed. 6:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Chargers down by 3. They have the football at the 16-yard line of Raiders territory. They take the snap. Handoff to Gordon. Gordon up the middle past the 15, 10 to the 8. Gain of 7 brings up about a 2nd down and 3 here in the field. Vaughn here in the channel on YouTube saying Oregon might be going bowling, or Oregon State might be going bowling next month. Alrighty. So Oregon State with a bowling crew next month. Yeah, they're one of those teams that struggles at basketball and football. Shotgun formation from the 7. They take the snap. Rivers. Hand off to Gordon. Gordon up the middle to the 5. Gets it to the first down marker. He's got it. First down, and it's going to be first and goal from the 5. If you guys enjoy what I do, feel free to hit those thumbs up here on YouTube. Hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you guys so much for being a part here at Sportscaster. First and goal. 5:10 left to go in the fourth quarter. Zachariah is a juking running back. That's awesome, dude. He's gaining interest from a bunch of colleges out there. Maybe someday I'll see you in the NFL, my man. Keep up the good work, dude. Under 5 left to go here. First and goal. Ball at the 5 of Oakland territory. Under center here. Rivers takes the snap. Hands it off. Up the middle to Eckler. Eckler, no gain on the play back to the line of scrimmage. 4:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Second and goal coming up. Zachariah saying he can't truck, not strong enough. Maybe you'll be able to truck when you get up there in age, dude. You'll probably be bigger and stronger. You'll be able to truck someday, I bet you. Watch you just keep on growing and growing and growing, like, throughout high school. You just keep on, like, getting bigger and bigger in size. You don't want to blow up in size. You don't want to be like Zion Williamson if you want to be a running back. But Gotta get bigger and stronger, and I'm sure that comes over time once you get there throughout, like, late middle school into high school into college. You keep on getting stronger. Rivers takes the snap pass across the middle, going to the end zone on the curl-up route. It is in there for the touchdown to Eckler. We do have a penalty flag down on the field, though. We'll check the penalty as Eckler dove into the end zone. Let's see who this penalty is on. We got 4:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. And it's a defensive penalty. So the Chargers have been awarded with a touchdown. They are leading 23-20. Rivers delivers it to Austin Eckler for the touchdown catch. Lead change number 3 tonight. 4:02 left to go in the fourth quarter. 23-20 is the score. The extra point coming up here by Badgley for the Chargers. Badgley with his extra point in just a moment. This one is crucial to make. Here's the snap. Here's the hold. Badgley's kick. This one is up and dead center through the uprights. It is good. 24-20. The Chargers have the lead. Thank you guys so much for watching on the Sportscaster on YouTube as well. Let's take all play-by-play here. Football action tonight. Can Saquon truck? Yeah, I bet you, Zachariah, that Saquon can truck. Von saying here that his friend said that he couldn't hammer, and now he knows how to hammer. So there you go, Von. Just keep on banging right through it. So there you go. Awesome, dude. Von likes his woodworking teacher. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. Hopefully you keep on staying at the same school so you can keep on having that woodworking teacher. So currently we're just on commercial break. Raiders will get the football when we do go back to action here in the stream in a matter of moments. 24-20 the score. Rivers throws his second touchdown pass of the game. He was leading the NFL in passing yards, but he is leading the NFL in passing yards heading into this game, but he only has 207 of those passing yards tonight. Alright, so right now we're just on commercial break, and we will head right back into this game in a couple of minutes. Yeah, Oakland Raiders have been plagued by penalties. They have 11 penalties total in this game. If Oakland does lose this game, it's going to be blamed on the penalties. They only have 12 first downs, the Chargers with 25 first downs total. So it's just a surprise, like, how in the world even that they have stayed in this game tonight. It's a huge shock. Alright, so the champ is here, is playing once again. That means the champ is here. Will be in a couple minutes, whoever wins this game. We'll be there. We're almost there. Currently, we're just on a commercial break, everyone, as we will head right back into the stream here with the action. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight on Sportscaster, same as YouTube on the play-by-play. Hey, what is good, Vegas? Vix just got home from work. No problem, man. What a great game here. Chargers just took the lead with a touchdown. The score is 24-20. We have 4 minutes left to go here in the fourth quarter. So 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Phillip Rivers just found Austin Eckler in for the touchdown. Holy moly. Oh my goodness. As this kickoff will go, Oakland will receive it. I'll let you guys know what happened in just a moment. Past the 15 here to the 20 up the middle. And they curl towards the right. They're dragged down at the 25. So what is good, Vegas Vix? Thanks so much, man, for being a part here of the channel. Oh my gosh, my girlfriend just texted me. She says that the Buffalo Wild Wings that we always go out to eat in Burlington, Mass. She just told me that there's a chemical incident at the Buffalo Wild Wings in Burlington. And it says that 1 person is dead, 6 people are hurt. That's crazy. Oh my gosh, jeez. Prayers out to those people. That is insane. Back to the chat here. Vaughn saying that he'll tell his mom if he could take a bike to his current school because he wants to stay in the current school. Alright, yeah. Looks like Vaughn's trying to do whatever he can because It seems like you really enjoy woodworking, my man. Ah, that pass by the Raiders. That was an incompletion. We got 3:53 left to go. 3:53 left to go in the fourth quarter right now. Second down and 10. Ball at the 25. Raiders. Out of the gun here with Derek Carr. He's got Jacobs lined up to the right. Takes the snap back to pass here by Carr. Carr airs it out across the middle. First down past the 30. Spin move and drag down at the 35. With the catch right there is Jalen Richard. The running back gets it for the first down. 3:40 left to go. Derek Carr with 18 game-winning drives. They are down by 4 points at the moment. Ohio State Buckeyes. Yes, they are #1 for college football. So Justin Fields and the Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes are #1 in the college football playoff rankings. Carr, 17 for 26 passing tonight with a TD pass. 3:20 left to go on the clock. The Raiders offense out there at their own 30. Carr out of the gun, 5 wide, 2 to the right. Here, 3 to the left, takes the snap. Back to pass here by Carr. Carr rolling up. He's going to scramble for it. Slides down to the 40. Gain of 5 by Derek Carr brings up a 2nd and 5 on the field. Vaughn saying tomorrow he'll paint with his dad where his new house is. That's cool. That's cool, doing some painting there. Second and 7 now. 2:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Shotgun formation for Carr, the quarterback. As he takes the snap. Back to pass in the pocket. Going to step up. And he releases at the 45. Complete. Dragged down at midfield on the pass. A 15-yard completion by Carr to Hunter Renfrow in the completion. Everybody's saying that LSU should have been #1. Yeah, that's a close one there. I would say 2 with LSU. With Joe Burrow, that they would probably be #1, but instead, it was in the playoff rankings. They put Ohio State. Jalen Richard, catch out of the backfield. He gets it for the first down. Gain of 6 on the catch. We got 2:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. He just stepped out of bounds, so one more play before the 2-minute warning, guys. What a catch from the backfield. Jalen Richard's come up crucial here on this drive. 2 big catches to keep the chains going. Chain makers here, chain movers by Jalen Richard. First and 10, 2:05 left to go in the fourth quarter. One play before the 2-minute warning. Raiders out of the gun at the 40 of Chargers territory. 2 wide to the left, 1 to the right. Richard in the backfield. Carr takes the snap, hands it off. Up the middle, back to the line of scrimmage, dragged down is Jalen Richard. So we have just gone to the 2-minute warning here. Derek Carr trying to put together another career game-winning drive. As we have met the 2-minute warning, 24-20 the score. The AFC West is up for grabs. The 4-5 Chargers taking on the 4-4 Raiders. How about the Raiders this season? The biggest surprise of the NFL, that this team could possibly have a winning record. By the way, how in the world is this team even 4-4? This is insane. With the penalties that they've had today, and this team is 4-4 and still very well in playoff contention. These two teams mid-pack are in playoff contention for a wild card possibly. So right now, currently on commercial break. Thank you guys for being a part of Sportscaster and YouTube at the moment. Wow. Raiders in this game trying to complete a game-winning drive, and they have 10 first downs fewer than the Chargers. They have possessed the football for about 9 minutes less than the Chargers, yet they're only down by 4 points and have the chance to put together a game-winning drive. This is crazy. This is out of the world right now. Yeah, they got the new offensive coordinator for the Chargers, so much different now. Since they fired the other coordinator from the Chargers a few weeks ago. So yeah, that was an incredible game plan they had against the Packers. Just a total team effort to get that W on Sunday. These Thursday night games are kind of hard to see through or so, because the Cardinals only lost by 3 against the 49ers in the last game. These Thursday night games are tough to base it off, because these are kind of like outlier games. Hey, what is good, Sir Dilly? Who do I want to win? None of these teams I am a fan of. Actually, I'm a Patriots fan here, so I'm not really like rooting for any of these teams here. But who I predicted to win was the Chargers in this game. So I did predict for my game picks of the week that the Chargers would win it, but a close one. I had predicted the score to be 25-23. This one is close, just like that, 24-20. Well, welcome in, Sir Dilly. Thanks so much, my man, for being a part of the channel right now. So Oakland trying to put together a game-winning drive. 2 minutes left to go in this game tonight. 2nd and 10 here for the Raiders. We welcome you guys over to the channel. Also, thank you so much for being a part of Sportscaster tonight. Here we are, back to action. Raiders with a football at the 40-yard line of Charger territory. They need to get a touchdown. They cannot go for a field goal because that would be only 3 points on the board. They step up into the pocket. That pass complete at the 28. Turns upfield to the 26. They get the first down completion to Hunter Renfrow. 1:50 down on the clock. 1st and 10 coming up for the Raiders. Gain of 14 on the pass, by the way. Vegas Vicks. Yep, hoping that N'Keal Harry plays. Me too, man. Hopefully N'Keal Harry plays against Philly next Sunday. 1st and 10 coming up. 1.5 left to go in the 4th quarter. I'd like to see some young players there getting some more playing time for the Patriots, like Jacoby Myers. I wish that they could give him some more snaps on the team. Carr takes a snap. Pass right side to the end zone. Overshoots his wide receiver. Incomplete. Intended for Tyrell Williams at the right corner to the end zone, but it stops the clock with 1:21. Cannot settle for a field goal here. They need to go for a touchdown. The Jets against the Giants on Sunday. What Vaughn is pointing out, he says that the Jets will lose against the Giants, unfortunately. Yeah, I predicted the Jets to lose against the Giants on Sunday, too. I think it's going to be close. I predicted in my game pick, I think the Giants 27, the Jets 22. 1:21 left to go. Shotgun formation from the 27 of Charger territory here for the Raiders. Carr in the gun with a running back lined up to the left side. 2 wide to the left, 2 to the right. Carr takes the snap. Back to pass in the pocket, steps up. Screen pass, that one over to Richard. Pass the 25 to the 20, down at the 18. Gain of around 9 is going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Not this Sunday. Not this Sunday, Sir Dilly. Next Sunday. So next Sunday, November 17th. So 10 days from now is the Super Bowl 52 rematch. Vaughn here saying Adam Gase doesn't know how to coach a football team. Totally agree with you, dude. 1-7 with the Jets and they lose against the Dolphins. He's going to get fired at the end of the season. So, yeah, welcome in, my man, Sir Dilly, over to the channel right now. I appreciate it, dude. If you're new over to the channel, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button as well if you enjoy football as well. 3rd and 1 coming up, 1:06 left to go. That will be a really good game, I feel like. Philly has been able to run the football fairly well the past couple of games. They went for over 200 yards on the ground against Buffalo a couple weeks ago. Buffalo is a pretty good defense too at stopping the run, and they went over 200. And now they go up against the Patriots after the bye, and the Patriots, their rushing defense is struggling. I don't think people understand like how bad their rushing defense is. The secondary is lights out. The secondary is on record pace still, but the rush defense is terrible. They just haven't faced any good running backs this season. 3rd and 1 coming up. Ball at the 19. As they hand this one up the middle. Oh, big run, breaking tackles to the end zone. Touchdown, Josh Jacobs. 19-yard touchdown run by Josh Jacobs, and the Raiders lead it with 1:02 left to go. This is unbelievable right now. That looked reminiscent of Ezekiel Elliott's touchdown run against the Pittsburgh Steelers 3 years ago in that shootout game when they gave up the touchdown run to Elliott. Wow. 1:02 left to go in the game, and the Raiders about to attempt the extra point to put them up by 3 if they do get it. Yeah, so I agree with you right there, Vaughn. Adam Gase will be a one-and-done coach. He needs to be fired at the end of the season. Here comes the extra point coming up by Daniel Carlson. The snap, the hole. This kick is up and... oh, he missed it! Wide to the right. Daniel Carlson missed the extra point. You gotta be kidding me. It's a 2-point game. His first extra point he has missed of his career. Daniel Carlson shakes it wide right. Wow. What a game here, guys. What a run by Jacobs, only to be just missed the inches right. Wow. Vegas Vix's high school. Wow, that's awesome, man. He has a high school football playoff game tomorrow. That's cool, dude. Yeah, I actually catch some of those like highlight videos in the sports wrap that they do for Channel 12 News. I sit down sometimes after I'm done streaming, watch the sports wrap with my favorite New England sports team, Channel 12 News. You got Yanni Karakis, Ruti Polinsky, Maury Hirsch, Gordon. I watch that team over there at WPRI with a sports wrap. Yeah, the high school that I did go to, they're out of the playoffs right now. They went to the state championship last season at Gillette, but they graduated like 21 seniors from their roster. So this year, I think they went from being like 11-3 to like this year, I think they're like 3-6 or something like that. As here comes the kickoff, the Chargers will let it go to the back of the end zone, not a play. So they'll take over at the 25. We have 1:02 left to go. Let's see if Phillip Rivers can put together the game-winning drive. Rivers has gotten sacked a bunch of times, though. 5 times he has lost 38 yards total on sacks in this game. This is an insane game tonight. Insanity of a football match. This is for the AFC West here, for the number 2 team, for the AFC West for a possible shot at the wild card. And this has been one hell of a game tonight here. Here we go, guys. 1:02 left to go. We started out. Chargers with a football from the gun. Eckler lined up towards the right of Rivers. 3 wide to the left. Hunter Henry lined up his tight end to the right. 1:02 on the clock. Shotgun formation. Rivers takes the snap. Back to pass in the pocket. Steps up, passes. That pass tipped incomplete. Intended for Mike Williams in the play as it falls down. Bring up now a second down on the field. 2nd and 10, 58 seconds. Oh, wow, in your old high school that you used to go to the playoffs and Woonsocket in the playoffs as well. That's awesome, dude. So Lincoln and Woonsocket both in the playoffs. That's great, dude. 58 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. 2nd and 10 coming up. Shotgun formation now for the Chargers. All 5 losses this season by the Chargers have been decided by 7 points or less. Last season, they were able to win those close games. This year, they haven't. They take the snap. Rivers, deep pass, left sideline, overshoots his wide receiver by 3 yards, incomplete. Try to find his wide receiver, Patton, on the play. It fell incomplete. It's going to be a 3rd and long. 52 seconds remaining. What a game indeed, Ryan. What a game. Doesn't hurt, man. It doesn't hurt to stream the final minute of the game, dude. Feel free to jump right on it and feel free to stream it for the final like minute or so of this game, like the final plays. Feel free to do that. Maybe you can soar right up there in the rankings. That'd be awesome. Shotgun formation right now. 52 seconds left to go. Shotgun formation here from the 25 for Rivers. Takes the snap. Back to pass in the pocket. Rivers launches over the middle. Ooh, almost intercepted off the fingertips. That would have been interception number 3 tonight, by the way, for Eric Harris, but it fell incomplete. Drop pass by Harris. It will all come down to this, a 4th and 10. Vaughn's school's freshman football team went winless last year. Ouch, Vaughn. Ouch, dude. It's only freshman football, so it's not really like varsity. I remember when I played freshman baseball, there were some teams that were horrendous when we played freshman baseball. We played Wareham, and they were winless at the time, and we unfortunately tied with them. They called the game in a tie. 48 seconds left to go. They take the snap. Back to pass. Rivers passes left side, and it's broken up. It is incomplete. There's a flag down. There is a flag down on the play. We will check the flag. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver, down the left sideline. We'll see if there was pass interference here in the secondary. Lots of pushing and shoving going on. Holding by the defense. This is going to be a 1st down by the Chargers. 46 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Holding by the Raiders. The Chargers survive right now. That is awesome, dude. Ryan's football team is the defending Mass D1 state champs. Wow, that's awesome, man. Yeah, my former high school that I went to, they went to the state championship game last year, but they lost. in the state championship game at Gillette. I think they're D3. My town's a lot smaller. Because I grew up in Massachusetts. I'm from Rehoboth, by the way, in Massachusetts. So I went to Dighton, Rehoboth for high school. So it's like on the, like, Bristol County, Mass. Shotgun formation, Rivers. Deep ball, left sideline, airing it out. Oh, we got knocked down. Lots of contact, no flag. No flag on the play, as they're going to say it's uncatchable. They got crushed last year, though, by Neshoba in the state championship, though. The baseball team won a title against Danvers back in 2016 for my high school. 2nd and 10 coming up. I graduated back in 2014 at DR. Vegas Vic saying when he used to go to Woonsocket, their baseball team was trash. Oh man, sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, usually the kind of like the inner city teams are like not really like the best baseball programs compared to like the towns. Because I grew up in a town with all forests, and every single year they make it basically in the state tournament. Rolling out to the right, Rivers, deep pass, overthrows Hunter Henry. We do have a flag down. We got 30 seconds left to go. Flag, flag, flag. No flag league is what the NFL should be named. We have an injured Raider player down too. An injured Oakland Raider player down in the field, and we have a flag here that the refs are sorting out. Ooh, that Joyner. Joyner that went down for the illegal shift in the offense by the Chargers. Illegal shift by the Chargers offense. LaMarcus Joyner in the secondary went down. So LaMarcus Joyner is down in the field right now for the Raiders. 30 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Joyner goes down. Ouch. LaMarcus Joyner down on the field right now. Yo, my girlfriend here just texted me about, like, an explosion that happened at a Buffalo Wild Wings in Burlington, Mass. Like, she said it was a chemical incident that happened. Like, I eat there all the time with her, because she's up towards the Boston area. Doesn't look like we're going to be eating there anymore. It's unfortunate. We've gone there like 3 or 4 times before. 3rd and 10 coming up now. Chargers with a football. Vaughn here in the chat on YouTube saying his sister said that I should have gone to that, or Vaughn should have gone to that school that he's going to, because the new school that his sister is going to, she said it's better than the current school, and he said no. Well, we'll see how it goes, Vaughn. We'll see how the transition goes. I guess it's all up to the family with where they want to relocate you. Shotgun formation now. 3rd and 10 coming up from their own 30. Rivers in the gun. Eckler lined up to the right side as running back. Rivers. 5 in the play clock. 4, 3. Takes the snap with 2. Back to pass here. Rivers in the pocket. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Hunter Henry, the tight end. Stops the clock with 27 seconds. And once again, it comes down to this. 4th and 10, if they can move the chains or not. Last time they got lucky on the pass interference call that they were able to move the chains. 27 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. This is what it comes down to. 4th and 10 by the Chargers. If they want to keep their playoff hopes alive and contend for the wild card and go 5-5, or if they're going to let the Raiders go 5-4. 27 seconds left to go. Their hopes are in for this one. Could be the final play of this game. Rivers from the gun. 27 seconds left to go on the 4th and 10. Back to pass. Rivers takes the snap. He's going to air it out deep. Deep down the right side. No way. It's intercepted. Intercepted by the Raiders. And Phillip Rivers in a nutshell. 3 picks in this game. All 3 picks. Overshooting his wide receiver. As the Oakland Raiders pick it off with number... that was Joseph in the secondary for Oakland. Carl Joseph, number 42, picked it off, and this game will be over. The 5-4 Oakland Raiders. Can you believe it? Oakland going 5-4 with no Antonio Brown, leaving the team before the season even started. The wide receiving core looked like it had nobody on it. And they are 5-4. Somehow, someway. Wow. Let's see here. Back to the chat right now. Vegas Vix pointed out, yeah, that would be so weird, I bet you, man. Woonsocket versus Lincoln in a Super Bowl. That would be interesting to just see the old school once again. Vaughn is going to do anything that he can to go to his old school. And yeah, Vegas Vix, yeah, you do have a lot of friends in Woonsocket, so that would be interesting there to meet up with your old friends, but would be for your team for Lincoln too. That would be interesting. They're just going to have to run out the clock. Handoff. Up the middle, the Raiders with 16 seconds left. First timeout called on the field. Hey, by the way, the Chargers have all 3 timeouts. They take their first one. 16 seconds left to go. 16 seconds left to go in the ball game. 26-24 to score. So this isn't done yet. If Oakland pulls off a little Jeremy Hill here, what he did in the wild card back in 2015 and killed the game for the Bengals with all the penalties towards the end by the defense. So we are not done yet. 16 seconds left to go. It looks like, though, percentage to win this game for the Raiders right now at 99.9%. You just cannot fumble it away and cough it up like Jamal Charles did for the Chiefs against the Broncos in that game, which ended Jamal Charles' career. 2nd and 5 here from the 40. Raiders, I formation. Do not fumble. They hand it off. Up the middle, simple handoff, diving to the midfield, or diving to the 45. 10 seconds left to go. Chargers won't even take a timeout, and this is the ball game. This is the ball game. That is it. Yup, all ended up to be Phillip Rivers getting picked off in the end of this game. Wow. I was not expecting this at all. 26-24. As this game now is going final. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Before you go, if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit those thumbs up down below. Hit that subscribe button as well as I call play-by-play here. Football action on the stream. Final Yard Football on YouTube. Yup, wow, that pick indeed, Brent. Phillip Rivers, 3 interceptions tonight. All 3 interceptions were passes overthrowing his wide receivers. And that was the difference in this game. 26-24, the final. Unfortunately, I thought after that win against Green Bay, I thought that the Chargers could really make a push, turn it around to the playoffs, and this is a big, big dud right in front of them. This Raiders team, I am still not sold on this Raiders team being good at all. They have beaten good teams in their schedule. They have one of the toughest schedules in the NFL, and they are playing close games, and somehow, some way, they are coming down with victories, and they are doing it in interesting fashion and sloppy football they have played. Those good teams that's played sloppy games when they do play the Oakland Raiders. So this game has gone final. Thank you guys so much for joining me as this is Final Yard Football on YouTube. Yup, my man, LSU versus Alabama on Saturday. That should be fire indeed, guys. I should be back here hopefully tomorrow. I hope to do a stream for you guys for the basketball channel, so I hope to be back tomorrow for the basketball channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me as this is Final Yard Football on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your night, everybody, and so long. Peace out. Thanks so much here. Vaughn, Vegas, Vix, Brent here on the chat tonight. Thank you guys so much, and enjoy the rest of your night.